Joy, joy, joy.
Joy Luck Club. Come join us at the Joy Luck Club. Joy Luck Club, Joy Luck Club. Come take a load off at the Joy Luck Club.
Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First off, it's free. And Anchor has creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's Anchor, ANCHOR.FM. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Choi Choi Club.
Hey,
We're on a
welcome
different
back.
location tonight.
Yep.
We're at Dino's Garage.
Yeah.
And this episode is brought to you by Circles Art Studio. It's it's collaborative, and they have a Facebook page, right, Vion?
Yes.
Check it out if you want to make art, if you want to observe art. Circles Art Studio. And I understand you have.
Yeah, we also want to mention our friends in Lumpia Queen.
Yeah, it's Kat and Damon.
Yep. And we tasted their food. It's amazing. Try their adobo, their lumpia,
Pancit.
and their pancit. Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing Filipino food. If you see them around, follow them on Facebook. I do believe they have a Facebook account.
Yep.
And they do have an Instagram account, so you can find them.
It's a food cart, right?
Yeah, food truck.
It's a food
Yep.
truck. It's
Yep.
a food truck. Yep. They're
Food
pretty
truck.
amazing.
Yes.
So yeah.
And also, speaking of food truck, another buddy of mine, Greek Street Food Truck, they're going to be starting soon also. If
Nice.
you're into Greek food,
Alas.
just follow them. They have a Facebook page also.
Okay. Well, what are we talking about today? Well,
Oh,
before
first
we
off,
start on anything, we'd like to introduce ourselves. The master. Let's start with you.
Yeah. I'm Warren, by the way. I was in the first episode, and I do believe you were too. What's your name?
My name. My name is Juan. No, I'm Dino. I was in the first episode actually. So.
David.
Yeah,
First episode.
Davey.
Let's try not to forget Vion this time.
Yeah. Okay. Our producer.
The equipment guy.
No, you're the
The
producer.
equipment guy.
Yeah, producer.
I'm Vion. Hello.
And we have another member of the Choi Choi Club, our the MacGyver of the group. I
Yeah.
think the best looking one ever.
Yep, he is the best looking one.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jiggy Band. This is Jerry.
Nice.
All right.
I love it.
So I'm still in a haze as to what we're talking about today.
Well, I think the title of this episode is Fresh Off the
Fresh
Boat.
off the boat.
Yeah.
Yep.
So most of us here, actually,
4/5,
yeah,
80%.
except for Davey,
Yeah.
actually didn't grow up here. So we are gonna tell stories of our first couple hours, for first days and first couple weeks
The
here in the
transition
U.S.
period.
Yeah, which is
That's-
well, some are happy, some are traumatic. You know, some are.
It is.
I actually don't know if there's any happy part there, but
Well, I mean,
yeah. I mean, the idea of coming to America.
I was actually not born in the U.S.
Wigwam.
Wait.
right?
Where were you?
You're born in a
You-
wigwam?
Oh, son of! Why would you pull this off on us now?
I wasn't aware of
Thank
this.
you.
Where did this come from?
I was born in the District of Columbia.
Well, okay.
Get out of here. Get out.
It's not part of the U.S.
Get out.
Really?
No, it's,
So
it's
an
like
independent-
it's like the Vatican. It's an independent.
well, we'll start with you then. So,
You didn't know that?
well, no, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, that's why they have their own rules.
You pull this on us now.
Washington D.C. is a district, just like the Vatican, just like any other independent little city-state. It's a
Dino
city-state.
just became a citizen not too long ago.
Oh yes,
yeah.
yes. So the United States has its own city-state, which just happens to be the seat of government.
I
which
just want to know if
means-
you're still deportable. That's what I want to know.
I guess to the capital.
No, so I guess my question. Well, I'm going fast forward here. How did you become a citizen?
You're still
You're
a
already
citizen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, no, there's a distinction
Obviously.
between a citizen and a national. You can have both entities.
Educate me, master.
Both entities have they hold U.S. passports, but they don't
Okay.
have the same power.
Okay. All right.
But I'm not going to dwell into immigration laws right now.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
But anywho, the topic being FOB, which is fresh off the boat, is going. We are going to share our tales on what the transition, or how the transition was, or how fascinated we are with the difference of coming to the U.S. Now, I guess collectively we can look back and laugh at it, but it wasn't so
Yeah.
funny back then.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start first, Dino?
Yeah, I can start actually. So, so if you actually listen to the first episode, you guys know I'm a nurse. So I think most of us are here.
Did you say
Well,
that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we discussed that because we were talking about something medical, and I said no, that's for another episode because all of us and DVD or Davey actually
From now on, he will be called David.
actually mentioned that all of us are in the medical field.
And so is Jerry.
So is Jerry.
Jerry is in the medical field too. So
He's a
Ma-
shaman.
A shaman.
Shaman.
So
Not a shaman.
But a shaman.
a shaman,
Yeah.
a shaman.
Because he shaves people.
I think if you administer diastat, you're implied as a.
You are in. You are in.
Did you say a shaman or a shave man?
I thought a shaman, not a shaved man.
I think Asians come.
The American version of a shaman
Asians
is
don't
a shaman.
shave
Yeah.
too much, so I mean, I don't know about that, but
No.
anyway.
Yeah, Dino. How was
So,
that?
yeah.
When,
So-
when did you get here? How about we start?
So I came over here the year of 2006.
Not on a boat.
Not on a boat.
Okay.
I actually wish I came from a boat, so I can actually tell a better story. But no, I didn't come from a boat. So, story is pretty much this is a common trend for Filipino nurses. When you become a nurse back home in the Philippines, actually most of nurses have a goal: get out of the Philippines. Why? Because of money. It's pretty much it. It's money. Yeah. You're raising your hand, Davey.
I heard in a documentary you guys don't make a lot as a nurse in
Yeah.
the Philippines at all.
And
Oh,
I
that's
can
a-
give.
that's
I
a
can,
good jumping point.
I can give you a background. So,
How much did the nurse?
all right. Well, I was a nurse in the Philippines for about.
Top level, right? Top level.
Well, not really top level.
Well, close to.
No. Well, I was making.
Just say it, goddamn.
I was. I was saying I was good. I mean, for me, that young when I was in my 20s,
Okay.
I was making good money, and that's
What's
good
good
money
money?
there. How's that?
What's good money like?
Pesos.
Were you able to
In
own your
pesos,
own house?
No,
Because what
no.
I've heard is that people they'd work, but they would live in other people's houses.
So let me put
As
it in
a
a,
nurse.
let me put this in a perspective you'll understand comparing pesos to dollars. Pretty
Okay.
much. So in a month, I will make $300, maybe less, minus tax.
No, that's U.S. dollars. $300.
Yeah, 300
Right.
bucks
Yeah.
US dollars.
Right.
So that's about converted 12,000 pesos minus tax.
Okay.
That's how much I made in a month.
Okay. And how does that translate into living there?
Not much. I mean, you can buy food, you can
Right.
A happy meal.
Yeah, we have pretty much. But you got to remember back home though, in one household there's a lot of us, so we
Right.
pitch in. Like when
But
I was
you couldn't strive to be by yourself.
No, well,
as
if
a
you're single,
nurse.
you can probably do, but you'll be living paycheck to paycheck pretty much. But you can't really afford to buy a house. You can't afford to buy a car. You can barely afford to buy a cell phone. Cell phone is a big thing back home. That's for a different time.
Oh, even back then. Yeah, back then. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the newer your phone is, they think you're richer.
Yeah.
Kinda. So, because basically what you make, you save it for money, for bills. That's just enough. But
Barely enough.
Yeah, but the thing is, why we actually do it is because the medical, we don't have, we kind of don't have health insurance. But if you work in a hospital, even your parents, your brothers, your sisters are covered 100% if they get sick. So that's the benefits actually is the big turning point.
So that's your contribution to the family.
Correct. So if someone gets sick, you don't have to worry about it. If they get into the hospital, you don't have to worry about it. Even
exactly. Dad, you have a brain aneurysm. That's fine.
That's fine.
You are
Let's take
covered
you-
100%.
It's 100%. Yeah, that's why even though the salary actually sucks, the benefits though are great.
Well, the only reason it's livable is because we don't know any different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like being employed. Just the fact that you're employed is almost a met goal as it is.
Yeah. So when you work as a nurse back home, the only other option, I mean, not the only option, but one of the the favorite option is to leave the Philippines. And it's just not the U.S. You can
It's
go to
almost-
Australia,
Yeah.
you can go to Saudi Arabia, you can go to Europe, England. But for me, I only had one goal.
Or Makati. I mean,
I did work in Makati. But anyway, the only goal for me really was to go to the US. I did not consider any other country.
yeah.
It's either US or nothing.
Why's that?
America or bust.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, some people.
Is
have
it
that.
like because you have a relative here? Or
Yeah, my brother is here and he's pretty successful here. So my dad, your parents kind of decide for you what you want to do. So I became a nurse.
Yeah.
And he was a pretty
became a
successful.
nurse.
Yeah, nurse. And he was a pretty successful nurse here, so I came over here. So that was the goal. So, and that's why I came over here. Now, that was before 9/11 though. And that pretty much screwed my chances of coming over here. Because when 9/11
You say almost?
Well, yeah, it almost because
you're here.
because I'm here. When 9/11 happened, it delayed pretty much everything.
A lot. I mean,
A lot,
it changed
yeah.
a
It
lot.
changes. It changed everything.
I mean, I hate to say this, but when I was back home and watching the TV, when
The
people
towers fell.
the towers fell. I saw all this. The first thing I thought about was
I'm screwed.
I'm screwed. There goes my dream.
No
of
America
going to
anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. No America.
What about Australia? That sounds nice. I'd go there.
Huh?
It's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty much. But anyway, so the story before I got here is so the only after I went through all the hoops of trying to get here. The first thing they told me was since I'm going to Dayton, Ohio, which is pretty much first off,
Very specific.
First mistake.
when I
So it
found-
was
no.
Okay. So it was very specific. Like from in the Philippines, they already said you're going to Dayton. Ohio.
Yes, because I'm gonna plug in my system, Premier Health System, which is Good Samaritan Hospital at that time.
Okay.
They actually went to the Philippines and recruited nurses.
No, yeah. Before
Okay,
you go
okay.
on, I mean, I hate flexing, but I kind of do. Our aunt had a thing to do with it because there's a group of doctors that did the whole initiating hiring of Filipino nurses.
Yeah.
But I mean, long story short, they screened a few people and it was vetted. I mean, it was going through a fine tooth comb, and I can say I can vouch for Dino that he actually was one of the cream of the crop.
Pretty much, because
I
they
lie. No, I'm just kidding.
they pretty much choose you'll get interviewed on a phone, video, and then they go there to interview you again just to make sure you're the right fit. So Good Samaritan Hospital recruited me, and pretty much so I know where I'm going. You're going to Good Samaritan Hospital, Dayton, Ohio.
But I'll bet you don't have any idea how Dayton was.
No, I have no freaking idea.
So how old were you?
25, 26.
So, I mean, you're pretty
25,
pretty
26.
young.
Yeah, but I don't know Google. I don't know if Google exists that time.
I don't know. I'm laughing. Sorry.
No, I'm serious. I have no idea what Google was. So when I heard Dayton, in my mind, back then famous was Daytona.
Yeah.
So I know Daytona. I was
It was
like,
one
okay.
letter away.
Yeah, I was like, it will be warm there.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right, that's good.
Yeah.
but I didn't catch the part they said Ohio. I just
No,
got,
this is more critical than some people might think. But
Yeah.
what month, what time of the year did you come here?
February.
So it was.
Yes.
Fucking
So there,
dead
no,
away.
there,
Okay, there you go. You-
there is a story behind that. So when they told us, okay, you're going to Dayton, and then that's all I heard, and then they said Ohio, I really didn't pay attention to that. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be cold.
Because I mean, it could be. They could have said you're going anywhere, but you know for a fact you're going to the States.
Yeah.
You don't care where it was.
I don't
That's
care.
right.
Yeah, I really
Right.
didn't care where I was going. I just need to get to the U.S.
Yeah.
That's the first step. Be here, and then decide.
Oh, that says a lot about our desire to just get out of the Philippines and go to the United States. It could be in a bumfuck Indiana, but I mean, okay, I'm signing. Yeah.
No, we don't. I really didn't care because the only thing I know about the U.S. is what I see on TV. That's it.
Which is
Yeah, that's it. Whatever they show on TV, that's pretty much it. So when they said, okay, well, bring a jacket because it's gonna be cold.
Bring a jacket.
Bring a jacket. It's gonna be cold. I said, all right, I can do that. I can do that. So, we shopped, and I said, I told my mom and
Said
that.
elder
Mom,
beer. Oh no.
no. This is back home. So we went to like Makati. It's a good shopping place. I said, I need a jacket. I said, why? They said it's gonna be cold there.
It's just an understatement of.
So I was like, okay. And then I was thinking, this is like, if you guys are familiar, Baguio cold.
Baguio is the summer capital of the United States, where it goes down the frigid temperature of about 65.
That's the lowest probably it will
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
That's
65 is the lowest it will go.
Yeah.
And we think that's cold.
That's what brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. Yeah, you
And
get-
that's what I was thinking. All right, okay, Baguio temperature.
easy enough.
Easy, yeah. So let me buy a jacket. So I bought a. Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Did you have access to a heavier coat? in
No,
this
actually,
place?
that you have a point. We don't.
Again with awesome questions.
I know. Awesome question.
No one sells bearskin coats in the Philippines.
No. So
It's a tropical island.
and you,
Right, I mean,
yeah,
I'm-
and you will know
Again,
how
hold on. If you remember what's the magic question the last time? How many islands?
how many
Someone
islands-
got the.
Yeah,
what was
somebody.
the answer?
Yeah, John Paul got it right, but then again,
7,000.
yeah,
Yeah, 7,000 plus
island,
give
yeah,
or take,
Yeah.
depending on what tide it is. But-
So I bought a jacket, and this will show my age. And I bought a Tracy McGrady jacket, basketball warm up,
So it's like a windbreaker.
kinda sorta close to that. It's a warm up jacket for basketball.
Okay.
So if you guys play basketball or any sport, there's a warm up jacket. That's what I bought. I was like, oh, this is thick enough. This will be enough. Oh yeah, I have a jacket.
I'm set.
I'm set. Yeah. So the thing is, also when I came over here, I have no freaking money. I have no. I had to beg some of my family members for money actually, and they gave me coins.
American
Yeah.
coins.
American coin.
American coins, like
Pennies,
Cents.
quarters.
quarters. Yeah, they gave me. I was like, okay, this might be enough.
Did it come in a pouch like a pirate?
Not really. It's just spare change. But luckily, Nikki's mom, which I owe her a lot.
Yeah.
I owe her.
Yes, you did.
That's a story for another
For
day.
another season. That's where I see you next season.
Ay, ay, ay.
Anyway, shut up. Okay.
Jerry, why you laugh?
Anyway.
DVD, why you
No,
laugh?
but that's for another episode. But anyway, her mom actually gave me $100,
U.S.
US $100. I was like, shit, that's a lot of money because I converted it in my mind. I was like,
Did it have Rodney Dangerfield's face on
I
it?
don't know.
Or Chuck E. Cheese.
But that kind of set me up. I was like, all right, I have $100 and change.
You're gonna live it up.
Oh my God, this is a lot of money. So here I come, pack everything, leave the Philippines, and I got here. And as I've said, I got here like February 28th, I think, February 27th. And I have no idea what winter is. So obviously,
No, wait. Did you say 2006?
2006.
Oh, it's not.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't even a bad year.
It wasn't bad. The bad year was 2 years after I got here. But anyway, that's for a different story. But anyway, I got here. You gotta imagine, this is my first time riding the plane. And this is the first time for a lot of things for me. So I got to the immigration, I got out of the airport, and the first thing I saw was snow.
Oh my.
That is the first thing I saw, snow. So I got out of the airport and wearing my thin jacket.
Tracy McGrady jacket.
Tracy McGrady
Yeah,
jacket
what's up?
with my jeans. And so pretty much, I got out and I was like, what the F?
Okay. Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady.
Okay, Tracy McGrady jacket.
He met you
Yeah.
at the airport.
Yeah. And then...
Tracy McGrady met you.
No.
at the airport.
I have my Tracy McGrady white jacket, and I got out. What's up, my
Who invited this?
We are having technical difficulties here.
I did ask him to set a timer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so I got out of the airport,
Yep. Tracy
and
McGrady.
just imagine me with a surprised face, blank pretty much face, just staring at a bus. Like, what do you call it? It's not a bus.
It's a
but-
shuttle. It's a
Shuttle.
shuttle.
Yeah, it's a shuttle.
Yeah.
It's a shuttle. And there goes our recruiter or HR person. Welcome!
Welcome to Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, welcome to Dayton, Ohio! In my mind, father, I didn't know it was going to be freezing my balls here. And I was wearing my Tracy McGrady shirt,
At least you're stylish.
jacket. Yeah.
At least you're stylish.
It was stylish.
Yeah.
I look really like a,
So you want to look good when you're
Oh, yeah.
frostbitten.
Yeah. So anyway,
I want to be a beautiful corpse.
No, I got into the shuttle. I was like, God dang, it's so cold. It's the first time I.
No shit. It's
Yeah,
February.
it's
February.
I know it's freaking cold, and so
It's at least almost 30 degrees lower
Probably.
than you thought
Yes.
it would have been.
I mean, even if it's just 50, it's still cold for me. Remember, I was thinking 65 cold,
No, I got you.
and there was still snow coming down. I was like, what the fuck? But I was happy. It's the first time I've seen snow.
Did you stick your tongue out?
No, I did not.
No.
Did you get a boner? I mean,
Well, you can't.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's
I
cold.
mean, I mean, coming into a different country in a different climate just elicits a myriad.
No, I was
responses.
still in shock because it's the U.S. I'm actually finding.
Yeah, it's hard to get over. Well,
I'm actually here.
Yeah.
I'm actually here. So,
Okay. Now this is a weird question. Did it smell different?
you know, I honestly don't remember.
What does the
I was
Philippines?
into
what
a
does
lot
the
of-
Philippines smell like?
Oh,
No,
you'll
no,
find out when
yeah.
we take you, DVD.
So,
Yeah.
Oh.
so the thing is,
Davey.
not only that. Every time I remember, when we're in the Philippines, we get packages and stuff from the U.S.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
smells different.
It smells
It
good.
smells clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like
You-
pine sol.
Yeah.
yes.
When you get packages from the U.S., it's like, oh shit.
What about the other way around? What does it smell like? What,
Oh,
Smells
well,
like
it's,
Philippines.
Yeah.
what does that? Come
Dried-
on now.
No, actually,
No,
I mean, if
nothing-
it's the
nothing-
other way around, it smells neutral. It almost
Yeah.
doesn't have a scent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's been in the plane
It's
or in
yeah,
the
it's
ship
just,
for.
it's just that I think, I mean, we've always looked up to the United States as kids growing up
Yeah.
in the Philippines. We've always looked up to. I wonder how it is to be in the United States.
Yeah.
It's something you missed
yeah,
out on.
It's like the hierarchy. You're the highest, pretty much. So anyway, so when we got here, I'm a nurse. So I got here. They hired me as a nurse, and they did say that my first 3 months of rent is paid for. So okay.
Where was this at?
I was like, okay, I'm going into a apartment. Okay, this is the first time I'm gonna.
Bachelor's pad.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have my own room, my own apartment, and I can do whatever I want.
No, I can take all the men home.
Yeah, well,
No, wait.
I did, but they were old people. Anyway, so they got me to the place, and you know where they brought me?
No, don't plug the name. Just what it is. What it
Yeah,
is.
okay. I won't say the
Yeah.
name, but they brought me to a nursing home.
Yeah. It rhymes with Ria and Sep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess any listeners that came to, came with, that batch or any Filipino
Yeah.
nurses that came around.
To the 3 people
Yeah,
that will
that
listen to
time.
this, you
you
know get it.
what that place is.
Yeah, we went to I went to a nursing home, and that's pretty much where I lived. I lived in a nursing home for 3 months.
Got a question.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for, D. V.
Was it segregated, or did you literally live next to old people? Like, this is your room.
Next
This
to
is
old Joe.
Old Joe's room, and the old klepto guy across the hall.
Yeah.
Yes, we were mixed.
You were?
Yeah, it's not exclusively just okay. This is for new hire nurses from the Philippines. This side, and the other side will be our patients. No,
So you were in a room with old Joe.
well, not with them.
So okay.
So you're on the same wing with
yeah,
Clint
I'm on the same wing.
The
so
fourth.
let's say this is my room,
Right.
And then on the next room, it's Mr. Joe.
All right, and so basically,
Old Joe.
an old lady could just come into your room and just stand there and stare at you.
Yep, pretty much.
Wow.
And when I go out and walk around, I see them walking around. I say, hey, fella.
So that's your impression of
like
an old
that.
American person.
Yeah, but
That
Hey fella.
but I mean
that would be a wonderful fresh off the boat sitcom to be living in an old folks home.
I think we should recreate that one somehow.
I know.
We have friends who could act as old people.
Yes.
Yeah,
no, because when you go to this
the
nursing
American dream.
no, when you go to this nursing home, right at the front, when you go in, as soon as you get in the nursing home, there's a church, an actual church.
It's like God's waiting room.
It's a church, and it's not a small church. It's actually pretty big. It's huge.
Did you live in the Vatican?
So, and then if you turn left, that's where we live.
Sorry.
If you turn right, that's
Where you die.
The crematorium.
No, if you turn right, that's where the patients, on the vent, sicker patients. will
Okay,
be on
so
the
you're
vent.
saying you lived in the
the
assisted
healthier
living
side. The healthier side.
Assisted living is
Assisted
where you
living.
live,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they lived. The other side was the nursing home.
But it's just one building, though. It's not
Right,
yeah,
but it's just
not
a wing.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so you are put to sleep with the sound of a hissing ventilator.
Well, that was on the other side. So that's pretty much.
No, wait. I heard a story about that place that some old people traded sex for pudding.
No, I wasn't involved.
Dino
with
ended
it.
up with boxes of pudding.
I wouldn't reveal that.
That's for another episode.
Yes, but I wasn't part of that.
Wink, wink.
But yeah, we lived in the nursing home, and then there's no TV there.
How
actually.
many of you were around at this time? When you say we, is it you and then you were so forlorn
So I was the only guy.
that you made up yourself?
No,
Wait,
I
he was so lonely he created an imaginary friend.
I was the
Other
only
nurses.
guy.
Randolph the cat.
I was the only guy, and there were 4 other girls.
Okay.
Oh, fucking lucky you.
No.
He's what, 65 and above? Or?
No. They were young.
Were they near you?
You know them actually. You know them. When you see. Anyway,
We should invite them.
no.
They-
Don't invite them. Don't.
Oh, you know them,
No,
no?
you
no,
know
I
them.
know.
Oh,
I'm not like that.
Okay, then it would be an interesting.
Again, another story for
What I meant to say is we should invite them to listen to this episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
I
can-
would
It's
have
gonna
thought
be-
they would
it's
have
gonna
had
be a
their
long
own-
list.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Not the old people because they're probably not around.
Yeah.
anymore.
No, but
They're-
I
yeah,
meant
we
they
need a
would have
seance for
different
that.
story.
I'm pretty sure they're not there
We'll keep
anymore.
that for the Halloween.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not
Who
there
owns a
anymore.
Ouija board?
Yeah, no, I was just saying because they'd have a different story about old Joe and stuff
Old
because
Joe.
they're old young females
Yeah.
with all these dudes.
Or Randolph McClintock the Fourth, the chronic masturbator on room 5.
So yeah, so the first week was the hardest week really, because that's the adjustment phase, and that's when time changed really, because nighttime here is daytime in the Philippines.
12 hours.
Yeah,
So
12 hours
your
difference.
circadian rhythm was off.
Yeah, it was really off. So I used to, so the first 3 days, 3 to 4 days, I would say.
Please tell me you walked in the hallways with the other old people.
No,
I don't know if I would.
actually,
How do you go? How do you go about your day? Hello, Mr. Chronic Masturbator.
no, actually, when we got there, this is the very first thing they told us. Guys,
Don't.
do not leave the nursing home and go. Oh, well, you'll probably know. Don't go to Salem Avenue, and that's right, just right outside of the nursing home.
Right, right.
Okay.
And they tell us do not go outside, and we were like, why?
Tread lightly, my brother.
I know, but I'm just gonna say. Well, this is the I'm just telling you the real thing that they told us.
And this was before Asian hate.
Yes, this was before Asian hate. Is like I'm not gonna say anything. It's just they saying there's a lot of crime, violence that happens in Salem Avenue.
Plus, you're not used to being around.
Yeah,
it.
we're not used to being around this area, so just don't go outside without assistance from us. So these are the people who brought us here saying that. I'll say okay, so we'll just stay in our room. If we're not working, we're in our room. That's pretty much it.
God,
We're not prisoners, but
It's just from a movie, The Outsiders.
no, but that's what they told us. So okay, I'll say all right, that's fine.
I just picture some late night shuffling with a robe on, with some other old people just chilling.
No, but that's
Hey, fella.
Hey fella. No, but that's what
You
they
want
said.
some pudding?
So we never. Me personally, I never went out really. So the first 4 days was the hardest one, because I wake up like consistently at 3 a.m, and I remember my bed being right beside a window. And remember, it's snowing. It's snowing.
You heard gunshots.
No.
Oh.
No, I wake up randomly at 3 a.m.
Is this your first night at Hogwarts?
Yes. So I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'll just start crying.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No,
Right
this
into it.
This is not like teardrop cry. No, this is like
Full on.
yeah, full on. I want to go home.
Okay.
I want to go back home.
Good morning,
Like-
USA.
Okay.
3 a.m, first day, woke up 3 a.m, cried.
Right.
I want to go home. And then I get tired crying, so I go back to sleep. Second day, same thing. 3 a.m, wake up crying. I want to go home. Because when I look outside, all I see is a wall and some snow falling.
I hope this
That's
is not the part where you try to inspire people.
No, I'm just telling it as what happened. And then third day, and actually, I sorry, I omitted a little bit. So when I cry, I pretty much get out of my room, and then I go to the other Filipinos in the other room, which were the women, because they're in a separate room in one room. There's two or three of them in other rooms. I'm the only one who are pretty much separated because I'm the only guy. So after I cry, I pretty much go to their room to entertain myself. Not in that. Oh wait, that didn't sound right. That didn't sound right.
You became the master.
No, because I need no.
So this is how you earned your pudding.
That way. No, I meant I needed.
This is like a Louis C.K. thing.
I needed to talk to someone.
Okay.
So I go to the other room and talk to them, and and tell them how I feel. It's like a drama, soap opera, really, every day. And they're like, oh, they're just laughing at me, and I start laughing at myself, and this happened up to the fourth day.
So how long did it take you to get over that, the whole phase one, so to speak?
So
Yesterday.
well, yeah, yesterday
After
16
15 years,
after
16 years.
15 years, yeah, I got over it. No, and I remember this is why. Oh my God, you guys are gonna kill me again. I owe Nikki a lot again because I called her when I am lonely.
That is expensive.
Yeah.
Well,
that
back
is-
then it's
Yeah,
the calling card years.
Yeah, the calling card
Oh,
years. So
yeah.
we did have a phone in the room which I can use, and I use my calling card to the Philippines. And the only person I called is Nikki. And I tell her all my frustrations, and I cried on the phone.
This next coming episode,
No, this
whatever
is
this is, it's gonna
freaking-
be
Hold on,
amazing.
this chapter in Dino's life
You're gonna love it.
requires at least 3 chapters.
No, yeah, and then I will just call her, and until I ran out of minutes, which is 30 to 1 hour. After that,
$30 an hour.
no, I can't remember how much I paid. I think it was $15 for 30 minutes.
$5 for 15.
Is it? Is it? Okay, yeah.
Cards.
Yeah, the calling card. So I will call her because when I got here they gave us calling cards because they know we had to call back home. So I did. I called her multiple times until I ran out, until I couldn't call her again. But on the 5th day, I just all of a sudden I just stopped crying, but I started going to church. So remember
The church there.
That church there,
Okay.
and.
Is it because you just had nowhere to go? Or?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had nowhere to go, and I wanted to get through the depression really, because I was really depressed. I can tell you, I was really depressed, and so I go to church, and I pretty much prayed, and then go back to my room, and that's it. That's the cycle of my day to day.
I
Go
think-
to my room.
So
Question.
DVD, you and I were in the military, so it's kind of like the first couple of days in boot camp.
Oh, I cried.
I cried.
And I did stupid stuff.
I mean, yeah.
I found out that after a good hazing of exercise, you do not put Bengay on your entire body because you will not be able to sleep.
Yep.
Because it's burning and cold all over.
I mean, but the feeling
That's
of
still thing.
what I mean, like
Homesickness.
with Dino, homesickness, and
Except
things
nobody
like
was
that.
yelling at you.
Yeah, for him,
I mean, you technically could have gone home. For us,
yeah, for us, we
they
couldn't.
made it very hard to go home, and apparently it was actually easier than they made it sound. But still,
Yeah, so I mean, for our listeners, DVD, he was Army,
yeah.
and I was Navy.
Thank you
So,
for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
I do
that
have a question for you.
yeah. Go ahead.
What point in time did you actually work at the hospital? So you just spent
So
a week at
yeah,
this
they
place and did
gave us
nothing?
7 days to pretty much get settled in.
7 days.
7 days. So they gave us about 5 to 7 days to get settled. The whole week, pretty much.
How did you eat there? Did you eat what they ate?
Oh, that's a
Did
good
you eat in
question.
a little cafeteria with the old people?
No, they actually provided our first week of groceries.
Oh.
And actually, the succeeding months,
Wait,
they
wait.
provided the food.
So you guys had to cook your own food?
Yeah, we do.
Did you have so you had a stove or something? Would you have a microwave?
Yeah,
What'd you
but
have?
okay. So remember, when I first got here, I was always converting in my mind, from pesos to dollars,
okay.
dollars to pesos.
Right.
Oh, I have a question. So did they go to the grocery store for you, or did they take you to the grocery store?
So the first day, the first week, they brought groceries.
Okay.
Okay, so after we ran out of food, we have a liaison. It's a Filipino liaison. I can't remember his name,
Okay.
but he will drive us to grocery, pretty much,
Okay.
and then we'll do our own groceries.
Okay.
So when we got to the grocery, my budget was only $20.
Okay.
$20 at
For the
2006
For the what?
Okay.
for food for the whole week.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my budget
20. That's not bad. I mean,
Nah, you could do it.
for a
but
week.
I mean, plus Filipino. I mean,
You're talking about
kinda-
vegetables and stuff. You would actually.
No, I bought eggs and noodles.
That's it.
That's it.
Why don't
And
you-
rice.
And rice.
Egg, noodles, and rice.
No meat.
No meat. And I lived with rice, egg, and noodles for 15 days until I got paid.
You minus the rice and the egg, and you get what me and Vion used to eat
College.
in the military by ourselves.
No, because remember,
Which is just
yeah,
noodles.
yeah, and the budget is $20. So imagine how much you can buy.
a lot.
A lot.
Cases.
A lot of noodles.
Yes.
A lot of rice.
Yes.
And a lot of eggs.
Yes, but you had eggs.
Yeah,
That
I
would've
mean,
been, now looking back, that would have been smarter for all that PT that I ate shit on because there was no energy.
So yeah, I pretty much lived on rice, noodles, and eggs.
Okay.
That's why I lost so much weight on the first year, really, when I got here.
And that's how you lost your mullet that you had.
I
Your
had a lot of
illustrious
hair.
came
I
out.
still
or
had a lot of
something?
hair at that time, really, like an afro, a lot of hair. Now I barely have any hair.
Now, was the Salem Mall still open?
No, it was already closed.
Okay.
Still?
It was closed. But the
Sears
bus
was still
station
open.
was still there.
Sears was still there.
Sears was.
Siri was still there. Oh no, what?
Sears.
Siri was not there.
Sears. 2006 Siri was
You
not
said
there.
Sears?
Sears
Sears.
Yeah,
department
Sears
store.
was still there.
Yeah.
Sears
Yeah.
was Best Buy was still there.
Okay.
Was Circuit City there?
Yes.
Okay.
Still around.
Yeah, Circuit City was still there. There was still a lot of businesses on.
What's the sporting goods store over there, right next to Best Buy?
I
It was just for feet at one point.
I don't know. I can't even remember. But the Salem Mall was already closed, I think.
Okay.
I can't even remember because remember we can't get out. We can't go out. So the first month we were pretty much inside the nursing home.
They told you not to go out at all?
No.
Or not at night?
Or you weren't allowed to.
No, we're not allowed to go out because they're responsible for us. So if something
Oh.
happens to us, they're responsible. So the most we did was pretty much go to the parking lot and just play around.
Play around like how?
Like you run around.
Kick your can with the
you get a stick.
Like you play tag.
No, seriously, you go around, you walk around, you walk around the nursing home. You go to
There's an Asian gentleman with a stick and a wheel, and I believe he's tapping it.
no. That's the most we did. I'm serious. That's
You
the
didn't
most
do
we did.
nothing.
Nothing.
This
No
fella-
activities with
Nothing.
with the people. You didn't make
Nothing.
anything with them.
This fella is throwing his shoe.
Because
in a
we're
can
kind of
out in the parking lot.
we're kind of stuck because you
There's
have
just
no.
there's a whole bunch of old people in the window reminiscing
pretty
about when
much.
they used to play like that.
Because you're
Just sticking the
stuck.
wheel.
You had no transportation. Bus is the only way in and out, pretty much where you want to go. They did give us a bus ticket, by the way,
A bus ticket.
but it's only for work. It's only for work
Okay.
from the
Okay.
nursing home to the hospital to the nursing home. It's one way. It will
Well,
be
technically it's two way.
well. It's yes, it's two way.
Yeah.
It's two way, but it's
And you
it's two way.
and you couldn't get off in between.
No, because your bus pass is only enough until you get paid. So the first 15 days was the hardest one, really, because you don't have any money.
So wait, they didn't provide you like free bus pass?
No, they did. The first 15 days.
But just
they
from
did.
back and forth, from
Back
work.
back and forth,
Okay,
back and forth,
No
back and
stops.
forth. Yeah, the hospital, nursing home,
I
nursing
mean,
home.
you could have
hospital.
stopped at that Taco Bell down there.
I don't have any money. Remember? I
Oh,
don't
there's
have-
you're on stipend. You
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
the
yeah.
company
I have
store.
no money.
You got
He
the
thought
company
Taco
store.
Bell was a pool hall because in Philippines taco is. Never mind.
no, nobody will understand.
There is.
No, remember, back home, fast food is a luxury.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Back in the day,
In the Philippines,
Even now.
fast food you have to make reservations.
I remember. I saw.
I don't think that's.
I
true.
saw off topic, but one of my cousin's daughter had a party in Jollibee.
Jollibee,
And the
yeah.
activity is they're gonna dress up as Jollibee workers.
Oh,
And all the kid had fun. That's how it is.
wow.
I remember those days.
Yeah, I mean they don't do it here, but it was much more fun in the Philippines.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, and then I at one point I stopped calling Nikki because I adjusted.
Again, another chapter.
I know
chapter.
this is another chapter,
Let's
and
do
then
it. We need to do it. An episode of Dino and Nikki.
Dino and
No.
Dino and his whoring days.
no, I was a whore. But anyway,
Was.
But anyway, after the first week, we have to go to work, and this is when the orientation starts. So this is when, of course, you're nervous, because this is the first time I'm working with,
With
Americans.
people that are not. People
Yeah.
that don't look like you.
Yeah. So we had a
Or don't
bus pass,
sound like
and
you.
we
Bus pass.
we had a bus pass,
RTA.
and then it was winter. Remember? I finally got a jacket because my brother actually sent me money to buy a jacket. From I have a brother in Texas.
He waited for you to get here before.
Yes, he waited. Till
I just want to make sure you're here.
So I bought a jacket, and then every time we go to work, obviously it's like 6 in the morning because you have to wait for the bus. You have to wait. You have to be at the bus stop.
RTA,
Yes, RTA.
which is not Road to Asia, by the way.
No, back home we're used to just million buses just passing you and just
There's no bus schedule back.
yeah. There's no bus. There's always a bus. That's pretty much it. But here you have to catch the bus station. So, I pretty much waited for the bus and just start crying.
You did cry at the bus station.
I did cry at the bus
Okay,
station.
there you go.
I did cry at the bus station.
This is like
No, because imagine.
You turned this into a gender reveal because you made us wait to find out whether you did cry at the bus stop or
I
not.
did.
Yeah.
I did. Cause imagine you're all alone there, cold, waiting for the bus, going to work.
No pants on.
No, you have pants on. And then the first time, I mean, nothing against, but when
Nothing
we
against what?
nothing against African Americans, but
Oh.
when I'm not gonna go there. But no. But this is when I watched back home. Remember, and when you watch movies or shows back home, they're all violence.
Yeah, I mean, just the stereo.
Yeah, it's a stereotype.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean they're painted in a very inaccurate
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
That's how Hollywood.
Yeah.
yeah, that's how they portray them in movies. So that's all I've seen. So when you ride the bus, and then I go in, and there was like, okay,
There's one,
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Asian me.
and you think
What happened to the girls?
They rode a different bus.
Oh, okay.
You know what? You're right. I don't know where they are, but I was right.
They rode taxi.
Maybe they went ahead. I don't know. They were either
Maybe
earlier.
they left
no,
earlier.
They started Uber.
They did earlier. I guarantee you they were earlier.
No, but I was nervous. My first couple bus rides, I was so freaking nervous.
Or they could have been night shift.
No, it was all days because we were in orientation.
Did you see them at orientation though?
I can't remember actually.
So how does it feel?
Wait.
Yeah.
If you're the only 5 Filipino people, Asians, if we want to call them, in orientation, how did you not see them?
So you're the only Oriental in the orientation.
No, there's 5 of us.
That's what I'm saying. There's
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
You're
I mean-
familiar with them. You've seen them. You've been to their rooms.
I think I was with them. I just can't remember.
And you lived with them. in the
I
same
did.
place.
Yeah.
I did.
But you
live
don't
with
remember
them.
them getting on the bus.
Or being in
Or being
orientation with you.
I guess I'm old. No, it's been a while. So I guess they were there.
You didn't. I just hope you didn't make the mistake of taking one of the residents to work. Like, wake up!
No, they were there. No, they were
See,
there.
that's what I'm saying. We
They're-
should definitely talk to him because I'm pretty sure they were like, I sat next to him on the bus. He couldn't stop crying. He just stared
Oh, you know what?
straight.
You're right. No. I remember
That's
now.
probably why when I said we should invite them, he said no. No.
No. They were there. They were there. You know why? Because I was pretending I was,
Cool.
you know, no, not cool, but
A woman.
tough.
Together. Together.
No,
You had
I
your
was
stuff
because I was
together.
the only guy out of the 5 that
Okay.
came over here. So
Oh,
I was
You pretended to be
pretending.
the alpha male.
Yeah, and then I
How
was.
are you pretending
that-
to be the alpha
no,
male if
so
you
when we
cried
go-
in their rooms?
No, when. No, but
So you were the crazy. You were crazy.
but when we rode the bus,
Oh, okay.
I was trying to protect them. I was like, "You sit there. You sit there. I'll sit here, so I can see you guys."
That's amazing. From I don't remember them on the bus to
no,
I was
now
the
I
alpha
remember,
male
now I
and
remember.
sitting them everywhere.
You went from
You assigned their seats.
No, because now that you reminded me, I remember now.
You no, hold on. You went from I don't remember any of them to I protected them.
Well, that's what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It's bits and pieces because it was like 15, 16 years
That's why
ago.
he doesn't want them to come. 'Cause it's the other way around.
No.
Dino, you sit here, we'll protect you. What they sat around him. He had his stuff like a little schoolgirl holding it to his chest.
No, but when we went home, when we went to work, I think we were all together most of the time.
Okay.
But when we went back to the nursing home, we went home depending on our schedule, really. So we went home separate times. So, but that is kind of traumatic in the first couple days. And we were in a rush really to buy a car. That's pretty much the goal. Buy a car, get your own ride, so you don't have.
And
to.
how long did that take you?
It took me 3 months, really.
And when did they say? I mean, how long were you at the nursing home?
3 months. I maximized it because when you're in a nursing home, you don't pay rent.
Yeah.
Okay, you save your money.
You
got
save
a
your money.
car, and you got an apartment.
Yep. You after the 15 days, the only thing you have to worry about is your food.
I do have a question.
And then I met a girl after a month,
Oh.
and she's been here for a while. Don't worry, Nikki knows. So I met her, and we kind of got close, and she had a car.
Okay.
So that was my ride for the next 2 months.
No, not exploitation at all. No.
And you were talking about the car, right?
Well,
The car was your ride.
yeah, the car,
Okay. Not her.
the car was my ride. Yes. So
No, how was it? Okay, hey, you were a shopper back home because you had a job.
yeah.
So how was it walking into a Kroger or Myers for that matter? How
Yeah,
was
I
it,
went to
how was
Meijer.
it going in an American
In a world
grocery,
of excess,
Yeah, in a world of
we had
No, actually,
cornucopia of
well,
fatness.
when I went to Bayer, the grocery store, I had one goal and one goal in mind.
to shoplift.
No, to buy rice, noodles, and eggs. No, because I only had $20 budget,
Okay.
and that was my goal: buy rice, noodles, and eggs.
Okay.
And I didn't look around. That's it. As soon as I got rice, noodles, and eggs, I went home.
So you went in with the blindfold on. I mean, metaphorically. I mean, you just went straight to what you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like what a guy does when he goes to a store. He knows what to buy.
So you didn't have that experience of what the hell? Like
You
we
didn't have. I mean, it's a superstore. Had you seen one
Yeah,
before?
Well, if you see the stores back home, though,
It's the same.
that's nothing compared to this.
Okay. Okay.
No.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
The malls over there are like.
Which the groceries are in.
You got groceries in your mall
Yes.
Inside.
There's
Inside.
movie
and
theaters.
live.
And it
Animals.
only
Yes.
gets
Like
crowded
fish
on
and stuff.
paydays.
I'm not saying there's like
It's
pigs
crazy.
and stuff. I'm saying there's like fish and.
Yeah.
Not-
So
yeah.
yeah. So
Well, there's two types. I mean, there's the conventional market and there's the conventional wet market where the fish are still alive.
Right,
and
but
you
he
get-
said mall. I know there's
Oh,
markets.
the malls in the Philippines, weirdly enough, they are world class.
Yep.
I don't know why, but they're up there.
So they're like, okay, so the pictures that I see, like the Chinese type malls, they got everything in them.
yeah, it's a one-stop shop.
There's movie theaters. There's bowling lanes.
Ice skating
Ice
rink.
skating rink.
Dermatologists.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
All the restaurants you can think of. What's the question?
I was just gonna say, plenty of world class malls, but you have no money to buy
Yeah,
anything
pretty
in
much.
them.
No.
As a professional
Yes, that's
medical
correct.
worker, you could not afford anything
But
in
do
these
you know
malls.
why we go to the mall?
Because it's air conditioned.
It's air conditioned.
Oh,
It's
All
just
right.
to cool off.
so you give the illusion to other people that are going to the mall
Well-
that you're getting stuff.
Most.
The weird setup is
Huh.
I would say less than 10% of population of the Philippines actually has disposable income. So the people that has the disposable income are the people that spend money in the mall, and somehow they sustain that industry, which is. But anyway, okay, going back to the transition. You know how the Philippines is one of the world's biggest non-American or UK country that has the biggest population of English speakers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But tell me, Dino, did you have any transition from Philippine English to American English, like the whole?
Yes, actually, it was a little bit hard in the beginning because when someone talks to you in English, you have to convert it in your mind
There you go.
and then start converting it to English. I mean, converting it in.
It's a multi-step process.
Yeah, it's a multi-step process in your mind because you have to convert everything to your language, and then the response has to be converted to English.
Reconverted back.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit of time.
Does that
There's like an
disappear?
18-minute delay. Like, how are you?
Does it ever change? Like, it's fine now.
No, it's fine now. It's,
Okay.
Yeah,
I
after,
mean, it just got quicker.
yeah, it just yeah.
I mean, I think it's part of the adaptation thing.
Yeah, and plus your accent is different too when you came from the Philippines. I just got lucky because I grew up in Manila, so
Yeah, but you didn't get your dad's accent.
Who, Barry White?
oh yeah. No, so yeah,
Where's your bus?
that's actually a good point. That's actually a really good point because you do have to convert everything in your mind and then spit it out in English.
I don't know. I mean, I know we're taking turns, but before I forget this point, is people seem to be fascinated with our accent, but it's something we try to get rid of.
Yeah.
When we get here, we try to sound as much as we can. We try to sound as American as we can.
For me, I just wanted to sound like an Ohioan.
Like, how exactly?
No, you remember? Actually, surprisingly, we do have an accent. If I go to Texas and I start talking there, my sister.
Oh, you have an accent.
Yeah, and
I
they'll
mean,
say
you're from Ohio.
No, yeah, well, they say you have an accent. I say I don't know any different, because Ohio
But
English.
I mean,
is-
between Ohio and Texas, Texas is a more pronounced accent. One
Yeah.
more. You get one more. I'm just kidding. Oh, speaking of which, how old were you when you got here, Jay?
The first time that I was here I was about 15 years old. For a week, it was like I was accompanying my dad, who is suffering from gout and couldn't walk properly. So I'm like,
Was he playing? What?
well, he had a gout, so he had like a problem with his leg. So it's difficult for him to walk and carry luggage and stuff. So my dad happened to start a company from an organization. I'm sorry, and he needed somebody to go with him just to make sure that he's all right during the trip. So
I mean, the reason I jumped to Jerry is because Jerry, among us, is unique because he's not all Filipino.
No, he's not.
He is Filipino Japanese.
Yep.
So he has, I think it's, I would say, more colorful compared to ours, I guess.
Yeah.
A different take on how it is to be a fob.
yes, because first of all, I moved from one country from Philippines to a country that has winter and other seasons to begin with. So my adjustment from one country to another already happened before I moved to the United States.
Plus side is they have hentai.
Yeah. And they have vending machines with beers.
Oh wow.
Heck, I'm moving to Japan.
So the first time I was here was I was 15 years old to accompany my dad, and we stayed here for a week. I remember it was Thanksgiving week because I spent Thanksgiving with my father's coworker's house, and
Mostly Japanese.
no, it was actually an American guy. He's from here.
Why are you having
Was
a
it
hard
in
time
Ohio?
saying that?
Was it in Ohio?
No, it was in Kentucky, actually, in Louisville,
Oh, you
Kentucky.
started in
That's the
Kentucky.
first time I jumped from Japan to United States was from
This
from
this
Tokyo.
sounds very interesting. So it's like I want to give Jerry the full floor, but before that happens, I want you to finish like the phase. Like, when you knew that I'm in, like when you knew that you have the whole assimilation locked. Did you ever get to that point? That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, after the third month probably, when I actually got my own apartment. Like I'm living the American dream. Like after a month or two, maybe 3 months, I was like, okay, I'm good. I've adjusted already.
It's like,
Having a girlfriend though helped.
of course.
That lived here for a little bit.
There you go. Mix
No, I'm serious. It did.
mix winter time.
No, it did help. It did help because you could rely on
yeah,
someone
I mean,
you
that-
can
no,
call
The
and
support, the
stuff.
moral support, and
It makes the loneliness easier to
Easier,
bear.
yeah, and I think it helped a lot. in many ways, really. So, but yeah, after 3 months, I was fine. I just had to adjust to the hospital setting.
So,
but-
with your story though, let's go full circle. You were 26,
26.
so that's not even close to midlife. But so now you're at the point where you're close to midlife. Are you going full circle and go back to the Philippines, or you're so assimilated that you think of retiring here?
No, I'm actually thinking about retiring back home, but I'm a U.S. citizen now, so I can't really fully stay there. So I'm gonna go back and forth. That is the goal. So that is the goal.
So you'll be an expat somehow weirdly. You'll
Yeah,
be from the
kinda.
Philippines, then over to the U.S. as a citizen, and then somehow be a American expat.
No, weirdly enough,
Right?
the Philippines has a word for it. It's called balikbayan,
Yeah.
which means like an expat that went home.
Right. I'm just saying.
Like a
but
full
anywhere
circle-
else, he would be.
I
It's
am
like a
gonna
full-
be like that.
A full circle homecoming, kind of.
Because the long term plan is after this nursing gig is done, I actually want to open up like a hole in the wall restaurant. That is my ultimate goal.
We can tear down this wall.
No, that is my goal.
Just as long as you make it near the ocean,
Oh yeah. Well,
you can buy it.
yeah.
Did you
yeah.
say Laotian or close
The-
to the ocean?
Close to the ocean. I like those, like right up there. Like you don't have to serve stuff like that. But I'm just saying, is it expensive? Like the shorefront isn't that expensive for you to have a
Compared
spot on
here,
it?
no, it's not.
That's what I'm saying. You'll have. enough
But you'll
money
have
to-
a hard time finding a spot. So many people.
Are you talking about the Philippines?
Yeah, Philippines.
I mean, dude, we have.
I mean, you can
we
close
have,
enough.
If you think about it, the Philippines is a small country, but we have a longer shoreline than the
That's what I'm
United
saying.
States.
Plus, you'll have more money than they will.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
most-
You can just push
some
one
of,
out.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Well,
As an
these-
expat,
not
you
all
can
of
just
these.
push one out.
No, but that is the ultimate plan. But I'm still planning on going there, going here, back and forth. back and
Dino's
forth.
Scrooge McDuck. I mean, he's got money. But anyway, with Jerry has a two-faced migration story. So you came to the States when you were 15
Yes.
from Japan.
From Japan, yes.
So did you go back to the Philippines from your first trip to the U.S. or how did it go?
Actually, I
You got lost.
no. I remember. I remember going back to Philippines after we're already here. That's after being in United States, just to secure some investors from different places we went by.
So what made you decide to? Obviously, it's for a long haul. It's been. How old are you? I'm sorry.
It's when I first came in the United States.
Yeah.
Was I was the first time was I was 15, like I said
So it's
earlier.
easy more than 20 years ago.
Yes. I was in second year of middle school. So it's
it
equivalent to 8th grade.
So it wasn't a short-term plan because
It was
you
a-
have an adult kid now, by the way.
Yes. I'm 40 right now. I'm 40 now. The first time was when I was I was accompanying my father for this business trip, trying to establish a company in Louisville, Kentucky, and that was my first encounter of going to a foreign country that's not with my entire family. That's why with my dad, and I went back home by myself because my dad
By
has to
ho-
settle things.
By home, you mean Philippines?
I mean, home to Japan
Oh, Japan.
to
Okay.
go back to my mom and my sister. It was for a week, and it was during Thanksgiving season. So I was so amazed. I always wanted to go to the United States because my first goal was I need to meet Brooke Shield.
Because you've seen the movie
Yeah,
Blue
yeah.
Lagoon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's
So I said one of these days
Oh,
when
that's
I
a
was
good movie.
that's like
fantasy.
fantasy, my
Yeah.
childhood dream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be having a speech in Oscar and say like I would say Brooke Shield was my inspiration.
Oh, okay.
But seriously,
You have a poster of her.
yeah.
Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon.
But yeah, it was a very exciting first week.
Not like mine.
Yeah, I was really glad being like it wasn't as cold, and unlike your winters, like I know that it's gonna be cold, and my dad prepared me like, hey, this is gonna be like this
Not
over
a
here.
Tracy McGrady.
Yes. even though where I came from, Japan was a bit hot side, so it's like a little bit of a, I would say a Texas type of weather.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, but it's still,
That's hot.
it's still,
but you had winter.
but there's winter.
yeah.
So my dad says, "Oh, it's gonna be fall when we get there. It's fall over there, like over there, and prepare not so heavy jacket, but enough to keep you warm." And
So you have to bring in a thicker hakama.
yeah, and it's not really, even though it's just the thought of being in United States that
Yeah.
really excited me, and even though I don't speak the language really well, because even though I know English more than anybody else in Japan, it's still not enough, I would say, because I would translate things, like you said, you translate things in your head before you
So you had to
say things.
translate it to English, Nihongo, Filipino.
Yes, yeah, that happened really because I already assimilated myself as Japanese, and I start thinking Japanese.
That sounds so complex. Like you carry 2 dictionaries.
Not really, but imagine I still
Well, essentially in your head.
yeah,
kinda.
I speak Filipino with my mom all the time because my mom doesn't really speak Japanese really well. And my dad, we speak Japanese. And then when we move over here, we have guests. So I have to speak 3 different language on a dining
Okay.
table when it happens. So like that.
But not to cut off Jerry, but I do
That's
want.
our friend Jerry. I don't know.
I know. I said I not to cut off Jerry. I know, but he talked about the excitement part.
Yeah.
The excitement part for me was when the first time I went back home after I've been in the U.S. for a couple months. You know why? Because you're an amboy now.
yeah, you are.
You smell
I mean,
better.
yeah, it's hard to hard to convey.
You're like
but
high in the
I
hierarchy now.
I fully understand where Dino's coming from because when you, even if you don't bestow that pride or honor, whatever it is, on you, when you get home, you're treated differently.
Yes,
Because
yes.
you came from America.
Just like
Yeah.
going to Saudi Arabia when you're like you become a Hajj for a Muslim community. You're like you went on a holy place.
Yeah, yeah.
No, because when you go home, everybody looks at you as a dollar bill.
Yes, that's sad but true.
Yeah, because you have all the money.
Well, yeah, it's like okay, when you before you went to the States, let's just say you're hanging out with friends and you spilled beer on the table, you'll get cussed out like you clumsy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But when you fly from the United States, oh, don't worry about it, we'll clean it up.
Yeah, pretty
You know,
much.
that's
You are treated like a king.
royalty.
Yeah, royalty when you come back.
I mean, not to down talk the Philippines, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel for him that it's probably not the same when he comes back to Japan, though.
Is it? Is it?
It is. 'Cause I would miss it. Because my thought was our plan was we're gonna be staying here for a good period of time after that trip. So
But did you? But when you went back home though, did they actually like us? When we go back home, you're treated like royalty.
that-
Were you treated like royalty
No,
when
the
you?
oh
Ja-
no, in
the-
Japan no. They say like, oh, you went to Japan. Oh, good for you. That's nice.
No, the Japanese couldn't care any less. First
Alright.
off, I don't know if you remember, the Japanese, when they fly to the United States, they don't need a visa to get in the United States.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
No,
we-
you
we-
you fill up
same thing.
like a sheet of paper.
Really?
That's right.
Like I'm going.
Are you
in-
kidding me?
Like I'm Japanese.
I had to take 5 tests just to get here.
See, this is the good part about the whole
I
thing.
had to
It's
take
very-
3 English exams just to get here.
Even now, you had
Who's
90
up there
days.
now, Dino?
Even like I said, if you are going to Japan for folks United who carries an American visa, you can stay there for 90 days with no visa.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, you could stay in Japan for 90 days.
Oh, if you carry an American passport.
If you
If
carry
you
an
carry
American passport.
yes.
Oh, the other way. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's mutual thing for
It's
America.
it's bilateral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not just Japan.
Yeah, I know in the couple.
South Korea can go in and out of the United States. Taiwan, go
In and out of the
What?
UK. The Philippines, no.
No.
First off,
You
first
have to
off,
have-
you need proof that you're coming back.
That's right.
See, we always joked around that this whole podcast will be anything but smart, but you are actually getting educated about the nuances of migration.
I didn't
Either
even know
way,
that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to know.
yeah.
Well,
But nowadays it's COVID through
Well,
everything.
yeah, COVID threw everything out.
Yeah.
You can't even go to Philippines unless you have a Filipino passport.
Yeah. I was born and raised in the Philippines. I cannot go home.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, we can't.
I was born and raised there, but I can't go.
Well, you
right
should
now.
opt for it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond my nephew, I remember, were you 12, 13?
I was 12 when I came to the United States. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your memory of that?
Well, when we first came to the United States, I mean, we went to California. We were living in Daly City, California.
Little
So,
Philippines.
Most of them, I mean, Daly City is like Little Manila. So it was home away from home. Pretty much all my friends were Filipinos. So it's kind of like I didn't really miss a beat, you know.
Really, you didn't feel homesick or anything?
Well, I mean, the different part for me was, so my dad left the Philippines when I was 4. And I didn't see him again till when he came back, maybe I was 10 or 11. So coming to the United States, knowing that I was going to live with him, you know, I mean, him and my mom, because my mom came first before me. You know, living with them, I was excited to pretty much be with my dad because I didn't see him for like 7 years.
Little did you know.
Little did I know. Yeah. No, actually, so yeah, when I first got here, you know, the first thing he told me was, you know, there's no maids, there's no drivers, you have to work.
Just
for
to clarify,
everything.
back home we did have
Yeah.
nannies,
Nannies,
we did
maids,
have drivers.
drivers.
Now, to make a clarification of his
Yeah.
clarification, the only reason we have maids is it's not because we're rich.
No, we're
It's
not.
because there are a lot of people that are poorer than us.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
pretty much
That's pretty much it.
That is true.
Yeah, that is
That
true.
is true.
And I distinctly remember when Vion, like the night before he was set to fly to the U.S., he had this crappy Garfield shirt on. So you're not gonna get on a plane with that. So I had to lend him one of my dress shirts, which was like 5 size bigger. So
Yep.
he got on a Delta flight with a borrowed shirt. And I said, man, I wouldn't see this kid for a long while. And it was a few years before I get to see him. But anyway, I was like, it was bittersweet because I know that it'll be a brighter future,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, going back, I was excited to pretty much see my dad again, and you know, but the experience was a little bit different from you guys, because, like I said, I mean, I was a kid, I was 12 years old, and you know, pretty much thrown into a community that's predominantly Filipinos, so really, it's, you know, like home away from home, pretty much. Only difference is, you know, I mean, we spoke English, so it didn't really take, you know, a long time for me to adjust, since, I mean, Filipinos, growing up in the Philippines, we spoke English. We learned it in school,
Yeah, we did.
you know, but from Daly City, California to coming here, Dayton, Ohio, in
Dayton, Ohio.
94, you know, hey fella.
Hey, fella.
I mean, it's like a big culture shock, because, you know, now it's backwards, pretty much. I think it was me, Paulo, Min, and I were the only Filipinos in our school. So, you know, it's kind of like, well, I guess I'm.
Yeah, you came in between waves.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like the dip.
you know.
Well,
but I mean,
now you're really in the U.S.
yes. So, I mean, you know, and luckily I met a couple cool friends. You know, Damien, which I mean, you know, I think he's part Filipino.
My nephew from another brother.
Yeah. So I mean, he's, you know, I remember, first time I was ever allowed to go to a sleepover. Spending the night at a friend's house. His mom asked me, "So, Vian, what would you like to eat for breakfast?" And being like, well, I mean, I'm so used to eating rice,
Rice and longanisa and tocino.
spam, things like that.
You
know,
did
I'm
not
like-
you did not break out into a song. No dogs allowed.
No, and she said, "Would you like some cereal?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Because the only experience of cereal I have was when my dad came home to the Philippines and brought cereal. And you have to understand, in the Philippines, the milk we had was powdered milk.
Nido.
Nido,
So,
yeah.
Nido
yeah.
or Klim.
Yeah.
Klim, which
Yeah.
is milk
Milk
backwards.
backwards.
Milk backwards.
Yeah. So, it just tastes like crap with cereal. I mean, powdered milk, you
Yeah.
mix it with water.
Well,
cereal,
yeah.
it tastes horrible. So I'm like, and I didn't have the heart to tell, Damien's mom, Kathy, saying, I don't really want to eat that. But so she's like, "So what do you want to eat?" I said, "Bread." "What would you like to drink for breakfast?" "Water." "Water and bread, please."
See, you made it sound like you grew up in a concentration camp.
And she's like, "Really? That's all you want to eat?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And I mean, as weird as it sounds, but I mean, like being growing up in a different country, it's, Filipinos.
Yeah.
We're kind of shy in a way. Like, I don't really, I mean, if you don't ask us to eat, we're not going to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's kind of just one of those things. And, I think the funniest memory I have coming to Dayton, Ohio was, my dad taking me to Bob Evans. So, I'm like, again, it's, I mean, mind you, I've been to the United States, 2.5 years prior to moving to Dayton, Ohio. So, Bob Evans, I mean, I don't remember going to that kind of restaurants in California. I mean, a bunch of Chinese restaurants, yes, but Bob Evans, we didn't have that.
Well, at Bob Evans, they don't
Yeah.
throw the plates at you.
Yeah.
Like it now.
So,
How many?
and my dad said, "Don't worry about looking at the menu. I'll order for you." Because, of course, because coming in, we're walking in, I said, "Dad, I don't know what they have over here." So he said, "Don't worry about it. I'll order for you." I said, "Great." So waitress comes and puts down this bowl in front of me with biscuits. And I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't know what, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to eat it because, it's something new." So
But
I
it's
started,
biscuits.
so I started eating this soup-like thing, but it was thick. And mind you, I almost finished this bowl of thick soup, before my dad says, "You don't eat it like that. You're supposed to put the gravy on top of the biscuit."
He let you do that though.
Well, yeah. So I'm like, why did you not say anything until I'm almost finished with this? He's like, "Well, I just want to see your reaction." But I'm not going to complain
Yeah.
because, I'm like, and I mean, in my mind, I'm like, this is the nastiest shit I've ever ate. I'm like, why would somebody want to eat this?
Straight up.
Straight up just gravy. But nobody explained to me it was gravy. I thought it was soup. It's just thick soup. So that's, I mean,
So how did it taste after when you put it together the right way?
I didn't have enough.
Oh, you got all the way to the bottom.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
He let you finish the whole thing before
Yep.
he said something.
Yeah.
Because it's only half of the meal.
I mean,
It's not the entire meal.
But yeah, but the biscuit really doesn't taste. I mean, I hope you had butter and honey. I don't know, but
Oh,
I don't
listen to this
listen
guy.
to this
now.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I forgot.
Butter,
Yeah.
no hot. What?
I forgot he's been here,
been
came
here.
home, and came back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I will save this. I'll let you finish, but just to let you know, I'm saving the first time I met Dino's story, okay? Because it's gold. Anyway, continue.
But no, I mean, this just the experience of being here. The only difference for me was, I guess, being younger and I mean, I was spoiled, and Warren knows that. I mean, he can
We all
attest
are.
to that. I mean, I was very spoiled by my grandpa. So, I begged my dad, I just want to go home.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I said, this is not a place for me. I want to go home. I want to go back to the Philippines.
Oh, not California.
Not
You want to
California.
go back home.
Home,
No, because
home.
he grew up like freaking tiny emperor.
I was the firstborn grandson.
Oh,
And the
that's
whole
why.
family.
That's
That's a lot of
why.
difference.
I mean, as if his mom spoiling him's not bad enough. My dad, his grandfather was twice as
Spoiling him
bad.
more. Yeah.
Like I would be in the middle of watching my show, and my dad said, "Switch the channel." Like, why?
Because
Your
Vion wants.
nephew wants to watch something else. Like, what the? Well, okay, whatever.
Did you grow resentment to him because of
No,
that?
we were.
No,
I mean,
no,
me
no,
being
no.
the youngest,
No.
he
Resentment. Let me talk about that. He used to make me do a lot of stupid shit, just for his own amusement.
Well, that's mostly brotherly.
Yeah, sure. Like,
sure.
like, hey, I'll take you out to eat to McDonald's, but make sure you eat your Big Mac in 3 bites.
I remember that story.
But I
you
did
do
it.
it?
But I got
did it.
slapped on the
But I
face
did
by
it.
your grandmother because I said, okay, Beyond, the only way I'll buy you a Big Mac is if you finish it in 3 bites, because if you don't, there'll be repercussions to pay. Him being, a kid that wants to stand by his word, fucking finished that entire burger as big as his face in 3 bites, and he did. I said, well, I'm proud of you.
What
So, well, this is kind of off tangent, but anyway, we sleep in a room. We don't have private bedrooms. We sleep in a common room. So, Beyond was sleeping like 2 beds away from me. Next thing I know, I was woken up by a big slap on the face by my mom. So what the heck? What did you do to my grandson? Like, what do you mean? Next thing I turn my head and there's this kid just hurling. He was throwing up. And on the bed sheet was 3 pieces of
Nice.
mildly digested McDonald's hamburger.
Could you put it all together?
I said, well, that makes sense. I deserve another slap for that.
Save it for later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, growing up, I was pretty spoiled. So coming here, when you're told by your dad, everything that you're gonna have to do or you want, you're gonna have to work for, and you're gonna have to do chores, wash dishes. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Like, what's wash and what's dishes?
Yeah. So, I'm just like, nope, want to go back home. So, I mean, it's just kind of one of those things. You took me away from comfort to here. But so it wasn't like I always wanted to go to the United States.
Yeah,
It's-
not like.
Yeah,
like
not
Well, because
me.
at 12 you don't have defined
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, you
So,
have dreams,
yeah.
but it's mostly about
And
Ghostbusters.
I bet
and
Vion
Spider-Man.
has some friends at home that he would like to hang around.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, and that
Yeah.
makes a lot of difference too.
Yeah, mine was out of necessity, really.
Yeah.
So.
Well, mine too. I was 32 when I came over. I mean, I was either make it or be a loser for the rest of your life. I mean, what we missed is I think what we miss is the plane ride from Manila to the United States.
24 hours. Well, 22 hours. I
Yeah,
would
it's
say.
a long.
That was the entire
The
trip.
entire,
The entire
trip is 22,
trip is
20
like
plus
22,
hours.
20 plus hours because of the layovers.
Yeah.
But it's so freaking long.
DBD's like, I'm fucking happy I wasn't born there.
I had to just drive 15
Like-
minutes and I'm.
Yeah. All I have to do
Yep.
is just step out of DC and I'm here.
Yep.
By the way, when I moved out of the nursing home, I forgot to tell you. When I moved out of the nursing home, after my 3 months was up,
Why do you say that like it's a prison sentence?
because it was. Anyway,
Did they keep your passport?
no. Well, no, they didn't. They
No,
didn't. They didn't.
this is
I-
nursing. This is not sex
No,
trafficking.
before I
No,
left.
but I mean, what I'm saying is, I mean, they.
Oh, as a collateral.
As a
Yeah, well,
collateral,
some
yeah.
people do.
No,
Some
they
people
didn't.
do.
They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that. But after 3 months, they told me that an actual patient died in my room when I moved in.
Oh, after the fact.
After the fact.
Yeah.
And that's when they told me someone actually died in your room a day before you moved in.
And the body's still under the bed.
No, but this is true story. But this will be for our November episode.
Oh, okay.
Halloween special. Yeah.
Because I felt things in there that I could not explain, and now it made sense to me.
Hey, fella.
Hey, fella.
No,
I'm serious.
While I sleep, I feel something.
This actually excites me for the Halloween episode. Remember my old house about
Oh my
if,
god.
if there's a
You know,
ghost,
we
what do
should-
you do?
we should
whip
ask-
it out.
we should ask the owner of your house if we can do it in the backyard. If we can.
Oh,
do an
no,
episode
no.
in your
No, I don't
backyard.
think I can do it. I don't know.
No, his
Maybe they'll
his
show
house
up.
now.
Yeah,
Where we at?
no, your house.
Oh my god.
Your
if
old
I
house.
could,
Candy
I would
Lane.
drop them. I would drop them a note saying we'll pay for your electric bill, whatever. We'll get you beer, food. Just let us do it in the
One episode.
One episode.
in the backyard.
Yes,
Well, no, because it'll be cold.
that's
It's
true.
November.
That's true. That's true.
So-
That's true.
In the garage.
where the dildo was.
Yep. Where did they
That, which is another
Another episode.
Another-
There was a lot of
yeah,
adventures.
it's another day, another
Now let's
story.
Yeah, let's hear about your experience.
Yeah, your
Ryan.
experience.
So I came over in '98, October the 3rd, 1998.
Wow, you remember.
So I was 18.
Yeah.
98.
And I was proud of Vion because I saw him like, with a car, with the Regal Buick.
Yeah,
I
Buick
said,
Regal.
Oh my
91
God,
Buick
my,
Regal.
my nephew has a car. That's so rad. Anyway, he said, "Oh, Tito, I'm gonna drive you around." So,
I think the first night I took you to Kroger.
yeah, he took me to Kroger. And this is this. I don't want to sound Pollyannish, but I was almost in tears. Like there's a hill of apples. Because it's just there. I mean, we have in the wet market in the Philippines. Tell these people, Dino, that I'm not lying. Like raw meat hung with flies like hovering around it,
That is true.
and the stench of the wet market. But anyway, walking into Kroger's
No,
and
but
see,
the meats are fresh.
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
So
it's not rancid meat just hanging there.
well, they're edible meat.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
edible
walking
meat.
into Kroger and there's this huge pile of apples. And is this true? Am I really in the United States now? You know. And then we walked around. This is before they renovated Kroger.
Kroger, yeah.
And
yeah.
Kroger used to have a
Yeah.
video
No, I remember that.
video rental place where he worked at. Well, he would steal to the management of Kroger's if you're missing a few VHS tapes. But anyway, so he asked me, what do you need? Did you bring all the essentials like toothbrushes and whatnot? So we went to the personal care section. Like an entire aisle devoted to floss, toothpaste. It's like,
Toothpaste.
oh my God, choices. And it's like the anxiety set in right away because I don't know, like how am I supposed to adapt in a country where they give you 1,000 choices just for floss and toothpaste alone? And that's not it. And, and he asked me, do you want to drink when we get home? Sure. So he took me to the beer aisle and another 1,000 choices. And I thought back at that point, I thought Killian's was exotic.
Well, you talked about Killian's a lot before too, actually.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God, because we only have two brands of beers in the Philippines.
Well, San Miguel
And,
Beer na Beer. Oh,
yeah,
no, Red Horse.
Red Horse. What both are made by San Miguel, yeah?
I think so.
There's only two.
No,
there's
separate.
only two beer makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. Yeah.
But Vion was my tour guide essentially coming in the United States. So
So I made him eat things.
yeah.
It's
We
the
went to
oth-
McDonald's and it's so weird.
It's
It's
the
so
other way
weird
around.
being served by people that don't look like you.
You need to clarify.
No, I get what you're saying. Also, was
Yeah,
it the same
yeah.
taste?
No.
No.
No, it's
that-
not.
Yeah.
No, I mean
not.
this sounds this sounds very no biased, but the bread, the McDonald's bread in the Philippines is way better than because they're
That's
from
because
Goldilocks.
here it's cake.
That is true.
Right? Here, bread is cake.
Anyway, yeah. So
Right? I'm just saying, bread is. Everybody says that our bread is sweet, like cake.
no,
No.
ours actually is.
I
Not
think
to
it's
sound
not
biased.
dry. I would say it's not dry.
I think it's bigger.
Wait, no, the bread is bigger.
No,
here.
I
You
meant-
should
No,
know he
yeah,
vomited.
Yeah, the bread is bigger here.
That's not what I meant. I
No,
meant like
everything is bigger here.
right, but I meant like
Well,
they
well,
say-
No, well, I take that back. No, but no, food servings though.
right, but I'm saying like people in other countries say that our bread is not bread. It's kind of like cake. It's not real bread. It's got stuff in it. It's not the same thickness. It doesn't
That's
have
something
the same taste.
that's something we should take pride in because the bread, I mean, from even non-Filipinos say, the McDonald's bread in the Philippines is
Better.
way more moist. It's just
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to bore people with the minutia of transitioning in the United States,
That's what they want to hear.
well, I mean,
You're not really boring us. You just told us that it looks
So I
weird
figured
for
the
a whole
first-
bunch of
first
people
night-
that weren't Asians
To serve
to
you.
serve you instead of the other way around. It
Yeah.
felt awkward.
the first night, I mean, it goes. I think Dino had that same excitement, like, oh my God, this is like a new page. It's like a freshly written chapter in your life, and then. I didn't have concrete plans as to what to do in the United States. I was in limbo for the first couple of months. But when I came here in October, so just right before the new season started, which is winter, which is I didn't even realize that I have seasonal affective disorder until then. And then I was listening to Delilah,
Oh my God, 99.9.
which is the probably the most suicide-inducing radio station in the whole United States.
Okay.
And I just want to throw my head into a wood chipper because all they talked about was life's misery. It's
Like
either
failed
their wife cheated
relationships.
on them, or their husband cheated on them, or their kids have cancer. The host always tops them.
I actually have a question for all four of you.
What's the question?
How disappointed were you to eat Chinese food in America?
Very much. Very disappointed.
I have no idea.
I was all right, I guess.
Because it's not Chinese food. It's not Asian food. It's American food disguised.
No, we have
Right?
to.
I
Okay,
mean-
we have to frame this right because me and
Yeah.
Dion, obviously Chinese descent.
Yeah.
We're Filipino Chinese, and we grew up in a Chinatown.
I honestly did not taste. This is Dino. I did not taste Chinese food until I got here.
Then you didn't chase Chinese food at all.
Yeah, you haven't.
Pretty much.
you
yeah.
have.
So that's why I said I have no idea.
I actually
Well-
went to China and had
Wait. Yeah, I went to Hong Kong. I forgot for a day.
Which is not China.
Did you
Well,
eat?
it's not China.
Did you eat there?
I did
Okay.
one time. That's all I can afford.
and I guess when I went to China, the food that I ordered wasn't that great compared to what I got when I got here. I think
Oh,
that
it's because American.
Because you went to
Yeah.
Burger King in Beijing.
Oh, this,
Starbucks.
actually, well, no. Since we're talking about food, I went to KFC in Hong Kong.
Oh, it's,
So that's not Chinese food.
No, I know.
what
but,
is it?
but the
Kowloon fried chicken?
chicken, the chicken did not taste the same.
Well, because it's not chicken to begin with.
No, it did
No,
not.
but okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, off topic. When you guys lived in Taiwan,
Oh yeah, I forgot. About
so the food that we had there, the corner stall thing.
that. Yeah, which is it's just 100 times better than. I don't want to sound overly
Yeah.
critical. If you're hungry, you would eat.
Whatever.
I mean, you'd eat a shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's,
If you're hungry,
but,
everything tastes good.
some of the food that lady made, just like the liver with onions.
Oh my God. The fried rice alone.
I mean,
So it's totally
I can't
different.
find it
Yeah.
anywhere
But
close to that taste.
We were talking about it earlier that how food is regional. So you can't say, "Oh, I like Chinese food," and the other person doesn't, but you could be talking about two different dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, well, yeah, but across the entire U.S., it's the same.
Well,
I'm not talking about Chinese. I'm talking
In
about
general,
Chinese.
yeah.
Oh, you know
You
what?
go to
Okay,
a
hey,
Chinese,
you know where my
a Dragon
disappoint-
City, or whatever.
Let
You're
me-
gonna
let me-
have the same foods, the same names.
Let me tell you where my disappointment.
General
Because, I
Chows,
mean,
yeah.
it's almost like it came from a bag that's
Yes.
been
No,
distributed.
yeah,
to, like,
let me
you
tell
know.
let me tell you where
Yeah.
my disappointment started out, like, or how I found out that it's a big disappointment. Because my first job, very typical, was in a Chinese restaurant. Okay, so I waited on tables. So, I mean, Vion's mom cooks the best food. I don't know if you guys all know.
Oh yeah.
So
I have nothing on Vion's
so
mom.
I would not trade that for anything else. But anyway, I was so intrigued by how many Americans love General Tso's chicken. But I didn't have the money, so I waited for someone to have leftovers from their table.
Okay.
So I took a piece, popped it in my mouth, and I said, "This is garbage. This is like overfeeding a chicken with sugar. That's pretty much it. Like it's
Yep.
sweetened chicken
Yeah.
meat, like blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, mystery solved. Well, not really, because I still don't know up to this day why you would go for sweetened chicken meat.
But it tastes good.
Well, to them.
Yeah.
yeah,
I-
orange.
I mean,
chicken.
even to me, remember, I don't know
orange
what Chinese
chicken's candy
food is.
chicken.
But,
it is
but,
candy
but
chicken.
I'm not trying
That's
to
it.
plug what the restaurant we ate in the other day. It was amazing.
Oh,
It's
the-
Chinese, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a Chinese menu.
They have a Chinese, which I didn't get.
Well,
'cause-
I don't want to give a free plug, but the place rhyme with shoe,
Yeah.
That's a lot of places.
Yeah.
run with
Yeah,
shit.
that's the,
shoe, moon, and it rhymes with cow.
Okay.
Shoe, moon, cow.
People are gonna Google that now.
No,
Chinese place rhymes with Shumun cow.
no. But I'm not saying my journey is because every I think the four of us has this weird odyssey about
Yeah.
transitioning to the United States. But yeah, like Dino, I got on the RTA and I didn't know what a transfer is. So I was given a ticket and I tossed it out. And I was trying to get on another bus. He said, "Oh, you have to pay for it." Like, what do you mean? The last driver said I can transfer. Where's your transfer ticket? I threw it out. But I mean, have you noticed the people in the Midwest are way nicer though?
I mean,
And they're more they're more patient.
when
I
you
must
say
say, they're-
Midwest,
they're-
are we considered Midwest?
Yes.
Ohio, yeah.
Ohio,
Okay.
yeah.
See, I'm sorry, I don't know
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
I'm kinda
I feel
stupid,
like
too.
they're a little bit more patient. You know.
You know, actually, when my
Well, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Either that or, you know, one time, the bus driver thought Warren was in the
I was gonna skip that story, but anyway, this is a two-pronged story. Like I mentioned, I came here towards the change of the season, so I didn't realize how cold was cold. So Beyond's dad, whom I lived with, said you need to put on a heavier coat. And he had a closet full of clothes that I could have picked out of, but I told him like, "Oh, I'm good. I can handle this." So there's like a mile walk to the bus stop, and I waited, and the temperature dropped about 15 that day. So my face was frozen stiff. Got on the bus, and I tried to say good morning to the bus driver, and all came out of my mouth went, and, and he looked at me and said, "Well, you can sit in the back." And so I sat down, and weirdly enough, the place that I work for now, which is a facility for MRDD population.
special needs, yeah.
Yeah. So back in the day they had high functioning MRDD individuals, which sat with me. So there's a group of 6, and for some reason I was the 7th of the group. And mind you, we're not laughing at them;
Yeah,
they're
no,
laughing
no.
at me.
I'm laughing
Because
at-
when
yeah.
when we got to the facility that I work for now, which is an MRDD facility, the bus driver turned around and said, "Okay, this is your stop," and all of them trickled down, one by one, until the sixth one, and then the bus didn't move. I said, why is the bus not moving? The bus driver turned around and said, hey, this is your stop. And for some reason, it came out ever so sarcastically out of my mouth when I said, no, I go to college. The bus driver said, I'm sure, but this is your stop. No, seriously, I go to Sinclair. And he took another look at me when he realized I'm slightly different than they are. So it was a long bus ride.
Awkward bus ride.
Pretty awkward. Pretty awkward.
I mean, and I mean, I want to. We're not making fun of.
Yeah,
them.
we're not. We're not.
Yeah,
We're not.
I'm making fun of myself.
Yes.
But yeah, I went to Sinclair, which is the Harvard of community colleges.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's a great school. It's a
Yeah,
great school.
it was an experience unto itself. Then and Vion knew that I needed help with my transition, so he took me out. So I hung out with people that are half my age. So he took me to this goth club.
Was it a goth club? No, that was Cheeto when we went to
Downtown Dayton.
downtown Dayton. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember.
I forgot what the name
Yeah.
was.
It wasn't Pulsations.
No. It was now it's a
I know exactly what you're talking
Daybreak or
about.
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's Daybreak now.
Now you're making me.
Yeah. Because like
If anyone knew,
if anyone knows,
a
yep,
free shirt.
a free shirt. If anyone
knew.
if anybody knows what that club was,
Was it the asylum?
no, it wasn't the Asylum. It was not the Asylum.
Something like
Um,
that.
I don't think it was the Asylum. All I know is that there was a half of a speedboat on the wall in that club, and I think
It's just one of the many adventures we and Leon
Yeah.
went. We went to a country club in Greene County, in
Greenville.
Greenville,
the Triangle.
the Triangle,
Yeah.
You know, we can make an episode out of that. The adventures.
the adventures of Ding Dongs.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway, yeah. So we went to this goth club, and
I mean, it wasn't a goth club though. It was
probably
this is
that's
just,
how I
uh,
remember. But anyway, yeah, it's weird for someone who's close to middle age to be hanging out with 17-year-olds to begin with in a different country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back home, it's easier, but
I remember how surprised Warren was when I said, hey uncle, you hungry? And he's like, yeah. You want chicken wings? And he said, yeah, let's eat some chicken wings. So I took him to Frickers with one of my friends, Roy. And I said, how hungry are you? He said, I can eat. I said, okay, let's order 50 wings.
oh,
Okay. Not realizing the difference
in the size.
in the size
Yeah.
of chicken wings from the Philippines to here. And when they brought it out, he's like, how are we going to finish this?
I think we made it to number 23 of the 50 wings.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, the whole minutia. I'm trying to encapsulate the whole thing. Is like the food, the whole five senses is so different. I mean, it was harvest season, October, so you smell the smell of apple cider, corn, which we never smell in the Philippines. It's just so.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with that smell.
Yeah, it's like coming onto a different world, which is literally
It
it's
is a different world. Yeah.
And then
But-
coming around that time, too, we had trick-or-treating. I don't remember growing up ever.
We never had trick or
know.
treat back home.
Yeah, people
Never.
giving me free candy.
No, never.
And I was trying to hoard the candy because his dad asked me to give out candies, and everyone gets a piece. I don't.
No, we never had that because we.
As I was always told, even in the Philippines, if somebody gives you candy, don't take it.
No, because you have to remember the Philippines is so religious. So when November 1 and 2 hits, you visit the graves.
Yeah, all
That,
Souls
that was
Day.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not
so-
to rob them though.
not to
No,
rob.
not to rob, just to visit your family
graveside.
members who passed away. Yeah. So we don't really celebrate that day.
The
as
Halloween,
a-
yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
We're
We've seen
big-
it in movies though.
Yeah, we're big on Christmas and New Year, but that's
See that? It's,
Well,
I
our
mean,
Christmas starts September.
September. Yeah.
the Burr months, but again, that's a different topic.
Oh yeah, we can talk about it in the
Yeah.
Christmas season.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
I would take the first step in closing this.
Yeah.
How I would say that I'm very thankful, and I would not change the experience I've had transitioning from the Philippines into Dayton, Ohio, because I am very blessed to have met friends like DVD, Jerry and Dino,
Davey.
Davey. But before we go, I want to share a first time meeting Dino story.
Yes.
Which, like, do you have one DVD? Because I'm about to tell mine. Dino had like a Filipino Jerry curl.
I'll post a picture.
Yeah. And Dino, I think one of the many things that's consistent with Dino, if he invites you to his house, it's gonna be a feast no matter what. Any time of the day. If it's breakfast, there'd be 2,000 fried eggs on the table, whatever. But he was flipping his hair, which is non-existent nowadays.
No.
That's how long our friendship has been.
What was he saying when he flipped his hair?
Like, oh pare,
Yeah. What does that mean? Oh, pare.
hey, what's up, man?
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
And then I flip my hair. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. And then I'll just ignore you. Hey, bro.
Or hide the chicken.
Yeah. No, that's a different story for Sean.
For sure.
There's a unique story on every person that I met.
No, we try to, because it's like one of those you have to be there kind of story, but we try to convey it as accurate as we can. And
No, I was a douche, pretty much.
well,
Kind
you
of
still
story.
are, but anyway.
He said was.
I was a douche, kind of, sort of.
And I do hope that Davey appreciates the Filipino part of him
Yeah.
as to how.
No, just to summarize everything, the transition really, at least for me, because I was already old when I mean, you were older.
Shut your
but-
mouth.
No.
I'm 32 and I.
No, I was 26 and I moved here for necessity, really, for a job. So it wasn't, I mean, I wasn't forced or what, but I would, at that time, I would rather stay at home and, just work there. But because of the issues of money, that's why I wanted to transition here. But it was a very interesting transition. It was a culture shock altogether.
So no regrets though.
No regrets, though. No regrets. No regrets. If I had to come over, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, you would change where you were at.
Well,
You would buy.
actually, I wouldn't because it was a unique story.
Because he wouldn't be able to play in the parking lot.
You
And
would
meet
buy a
old
thicker
Joe.
a warmer jacket.
I'd buy a warmer jacket. Yeah.
You wouldn't have cried at the bus stop.
No, I still cry. I probably would still cry.
And he denied crying in a bus.
Well, I didn't cry.
Yeah, you
no,
did.
just teardrop.
We're going to invite some of those people.
You might want to know those girls' name too.
Yeah.
No, but I did. Yeah, the thing that got me through really. I mean, I'm not trying to be melodramatic or anything. Is going to church every day, in the morning and at night. I think that got me through the second week. I went to church every morning
Is
before
it
I went
because
to
that's
work.
the only place you were allowed to go?
Yes, kind of, sort of.
Better than the parking lot.
And in the parking lot.
And in the parking lot.
But it was
So-
cold. You didn't have a jacket.
Yeah,
so
church, parking lot.
Go to the church.
Church, parking lot.
But Jerry has 2 kids, so he pretty much fast tracked his life when he came over. And
You had no choice. Yeah.
no, he
Well, you
chose.
had
I mean, he had a
Yeah,
choice.
well, my first time was like with my original my mom and my dad, and I never really wanted to go because I have good sets of friends back home, back in Japan, and
Real and imagined, right?
but
Real
now,
and imagined.
but
More
would I
imagined.
change it? Would I stay? Would I change that thing? No, because this is
'Cause
this
you
is all
met
the
us.
adventure.
You met us, and now
Yes,
you're like,
exactly.
And now you regret it.
Now you regret it. Yep.
But yeah, it was an adventure.
It was an adventure.
Japan has nothing on Gatlinburg.
No.
No.
And I think I think this
What?
I think this is
Because they have brown bears.
I think this
Oh, that's right.
us doing this is very apropos considering that there's this climate of Asian hate. And the sad part is there's very little in terms of hate coming from us. Because as dichotomous as our origins are, I mean we are very patriotic. I mean I guess I should speak for myself that we
Unless
are,
you're Manny Pacquiao, apparently.
well, between that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, it's if I were to speak for myself, I would lay on the sword for this country, and it's sad to see the things the way they are now.
No, I want to say something too about.
You
I mean,
don't get
No,
to.
I do.
No, I'm just kidding.
I want.
He's
I want
gonna
to say
cry.
something about racism. Honestly,
cry.
I never really knew about racism until I got here. When I was in the Philippines, I never knew that. I mean, I saw black, white, brown, but no, but no,
Oh,
not the
okay.
but,
Okay.
but
But
I didn't see them any differently. Actually, in all honesty, I thought they were a higher being than us brown people. So, when I got here, I mean, luckily here in Dayton,
technically they were higher because they were taller, right?
yeah, but no, in like in the hierarchy of, I guess, human
yeah,
beings,
yeah.
I never really known racism until I got here. Sad to say. Growing up in the Philippines, that was my only.
You know why? Because we're so much preoccupied by feeding ourselves more.
We
than
were
the
so
whole-
poor, we had no time for that.
Yeah, there's
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I think then maybe that's why.
I mean,
it
it's
is.
not. Yeah, it sounds contemptuous, but it is. I mean, the United States, still in a good position to worry about who sleeps with who, or
Yeah, and
which race is superior in. or inferior.
and if you're back home in the Philippines, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. We look at you as an American.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True,
we look
true.
at you as an American, and
Yeah.
you are up there.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll call you by one name, Joe. That's it.
Joe.
Everybody's a Joe back home.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because of
You-
GI Joe.
You heard it.
G.I. Joe.
You
Because
heard
of
it.
GI Joe.
You heard it right, Joe.
Yeah, you heard it. No, everybody's name is Joe.
Unless you're a woman.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Then
Mary,
Jane.
welcome Mary.
No, Jane. No.
Jane.
Yeah, when you
Jane.
go there,
Yeah.
we don't distinguish you by your color. We distinguish you by your citizenship. You're an American.
Or how much we can rob from.
Yes.
Yeah.
You give us money. So yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but no. There's no place for hate like that, really. But
And plus, Filipinos love everybody.
yeah, Filipinos just loves everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to toot our horn, but I think we're the most accepting.
We are people
in-
pleasers.
Yes.
Pretty much, we are people pleasers.
Especially
Doesn't matter.
Dino.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what race you
I mean,
are.
we take pride in our hospitality.
Yeah, that is the number one thing about Filipinos. We are very,
Very
hospitable.
hospitable. Yeah.
Even if we don't have any money.
We
If-
steal from our guests to give to our guests.
Yeah.
And the level of tolerance.
Oh,
is,
yeah.
is
We
Yeah,
are.
pretty
We let it slide until we can't anymore, and there's like the machete thing. I know.
unless it's
Yeah.
very obvious that
Yeah.
No, we can tolerate a lot before we pretty much say anything or do anything. It's a lot. So.
But you don't want us.
You want to add you want to add a question, Davey?
You don't want us doing anything.
Davy's quiet today. I don't know why.
Davey's trying to contemplate.
I'm from the U.S. so
I mean, do we have a video of this? David looks more Filipino than
Yeah.
Jerry does.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know a lot of people have stories to say. This is just
Yeah. I mean, just
a tiny piece of the
Yeah,
adventure
like-
that
like our
every
great-
immigrant. Yeah.
Like our great ex-president used to say, "This is just the tip of the ice cream."
yes. 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 Yep.
So yeah, I mean, this is just our story.
And whoever, I mean, if anybody listens to this and know who the other 4 people were with Dino, let us know. Not only am I curious on who those people were, I'm actually worried.
Or we,
are they still
I mean,
alive?
we can
Yeah.
give them the floor and have a podcast episode, just the 4 of them.
Yeah. Because I mean,
For 7 days.
Because when Dino said, I don't remember them getting on the bus, but they were there,
And I protected them.
and I protected them.
No,
but-
I pretended I protected them. I didn't really protect them. I was probably the first guy to run when something happens, and I would just leave them in the bus.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm a little concerned.
I
and
was
worried
nervous, so
for
I
those
really don't
girls.
know what to do.
Yeah,
yeah, you went from they didn't exist between there and orientation, or they might have not even been in orientation until they were there,
So you're pretty
and
much-
I protected them.
You're pretty much saying I'm full of shit.
No, I'm just wondering if this overlaps with your supernatural stories.
Yeah.
If you've been
So, I
working
mean, there were.
Yeah,
He said,
were there four, or was it just you?
did you bring them with you?
No, I'm sure they were there. I think so.
Hold on, did their feet touch the ground when they walked?
I didn't notice.
It's because he does say
No, it-
you know them.
yeah.
For one,
Yeah.
for two, they can't come to this podcast
Exactly.
because they
They
don't
Yes.
exist.
So we
And
do need
also,
a. We
and
do
also
need
he
a
did
seance.
say we weren't allowed to leave the facility.
It is the outsiders.
Yeah. So could you go out? Were they outside when you were kicking the can, or were you outside and they weren't allowed
You know
out?
what? Now that I remember, I was the only one going out. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I was the only one going out.
So
For
they
some
don't.
weird reason.
No,
don't
yeah.
This is actually
Yeah,
true.
some weird
Ladies
reason.
and gentlemen, this episode just took a weird turn. In closing, Jerry, do you want to add something?
It's nice having to start a podcast with you guys. I'm sorry I never was here. It would have been a very nice experience.
Oh,
last
wait,
night.
hold on. You need to tell your circumcision bullying story before we go.
Oh
Yeah, yeah, let's
How
end
did
with
it prevent?
How did it? How did
Okay, here's
Let's end with
This-
that.
yeah. Let's
Going
end with
back to
that.
the first episode, Jerry couldn't make it, but he
Yeah.
does have a very interesting story. So, Jerry,
Yeah.
okay. So unlike Dino, my circumcision was through a clinic.
Okay.
It was performed by a dentist.
that woke Davey up. Like what? How do you give a root canal to your dick?
no, because this is like the barrio clinics, and
Oh, was this in Bicol?
in Bicol, yeah. So it was
First
it-
off, hold on. Bicol is countryside, way far down south from the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the regular guy who would perform wasn't around. So the de facto circumciser was the dentist.
I have so many questions.
I have the same. Maybe I have the
Man,
same question as
that
you do.
episode could have been 100 times better.
How is your story? Oh my god.
So this the dentist performed maybe the circumcision, and he used a
Dremel?
No. But after he was done, he's tried to sew some of the wounds, right? So
Wait.
sutured, yeah.
Yeah, sutured.
Yeah, I don't know. The dude is a dentist, so he might not really qualified to do a circumcision. So,
Well,
but,
I mean, granted, I don't think Dino's uncle was really qualified.
that's true too.
I don't think the town drunk is any more qualified than a dentist.
So,
I just want to know if we use the same instruments on your penis
no,
that you use in other people's mouths.
oh no, I hope not.
Now, did you get cleaning first before getting your circumcision?
No, it's maybe they did.
Did they use
No,
floss?
Just the floss, they.
Were you in the same chair as they use in the?
Oh no, it was
There's-
a regular journey.
1,000 questions.
So you,
Percolating in our heads right now.
you didn't lay down.
I did lay down.
Oh,
Yes.
you did
I did
lay
lay down.
down.
Okay, hold on, dentist. Is he an orthodontist?
A regular. I don't
Does
know what
it make a
it is.
difference?
So,
There's a big difference.
there's
I know, but does it make
It's
a
either,
difference?
it's either going home to just with sutures in the dick
Or
or
medals.
braces.
Yes.
So
Or implants.
or implants.
well, it's the dentist. I remember he's also my dentist, so that's how I know.
So he served two heads. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did a suture and used a nylon material, like a guitar string material.
Was it an E string?
I probably it's a high E string.
Which is better because it's
Yeah.
thinner. Yeah.
So I thought you will use a regular thread or something, right? But they said that it's gonna melt somehow, so you don't have
It's
to.
supposed to, yeah.
So,
no,
but
guitar strings don't melt on their own.
but it's a material.
That would be cat gut.
So they used this material and it didn't really melt. So
You still have it on you?
Right now?
yeah, no, I don't anymore. But since it didn't melt, it left some holes, and I end up having a Prince Albert.
Okay, you gotta clarify that. What's a Prince Albert?
Prove it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Prince Albert is when you have a piercing in your penis, or the illusion, because he had holes in his penis, that he could put a piercing in his penis, usually from the bottom through the front.
Okay.
But mine was a side to side, so. But
I believe they call that the czar.
maybe it was a
Oh,
czar.
Man, you're just full of knowledge here.
Yeah. And
So,
he's
so
an expert on dicks.
my fancy thing is like, hey, I could put a earring in my penis.
I can too.
Could you pee out more than one area?
No.
Is it a
You know,
sprinkler?
it's actually on the foreskin.
Oh, the
Yeah.
foreskin. That's
The
right.
foreskin.
I can
It's a
also.
sprinkler system.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, did it go through?
So
A tiny sprinkler.
being a teenage. Well, I was about 10 years old or 10 years old when I had my circumcision. So up to my teenager years, beginning of my teenager years, it would be fancy to put some earrings on my ears. I put a hole on my ears and put my own earrings. And I did the same thing with like, hey, there's an extra hole over there. So,
Ooh.
okay, and I did, and I was successfully able to put about 3 safety pins.
Now you're bragging about your
So now it's a Jacob's ladder.
So you were Hot Topic before Hot Topic.
That's right.
Yes.
So,
I am more interested in yours than mine now.
Yours only have a cowboy hat.
So, fast forward about 3 years, we moved to Japan, and I started second year of middle school.
Yeah.
And during this year, in Japan, when you're in we call it, perhaps it was like 8th grade, you go to different parts of the country to have a field trip.
And show your dick? No, I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Okay.
So, Japan, public bath.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
It's starting to
it's
make
like
sense
a
now.
it's a public bath. So before this happened, I am the new kid in Japan, right? I'm the new kid
Yeah.
going to a new school.
Yeah.
And during this year, this era, it's like bullying is very
Strong, alive.
alive,
Yeah.
and being the new kid, not being able to speak to everybody else because I didn't really know the language then. I was a target of bullying. People the kids who was being bullied before are trying to bully me.
Oh wow. Okay.
But it's like I don't know what they're saying. They weren't physical to me, but they get started to. But since I don't know anybody, and there are kids who are trying to be my friend, but it's still that doesn't make it like less of a
Better.
target.
Yeah.
And so
So when you were getting bullied, to get them off you took your
no,
pants off?
here they don't
This
know
is
about this
related
yet.
to my question.
Yeah, because I feel like once
I
you
feel like-
showed that part, you would have been king of the school.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Let the man tell his story. Come on.
Go ahead.
So we went to the field trip,
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
and this field trip is all like the old 8th graders, and we went on a Airbnb before, like what we call B&B right now, and we all went on a bath. with all the boys separated from the girls.
It's like
And-
Dina's fantasy.
Ooh.
And of course, I have 3 safety pins over there.
yeah, yeah.
And everybody.
okay.
And when you take public bath, it's frowned upon to wear anything. So
Yeah.
you're totally
Naked.
Naked.
naked, and you're washing yourself. And out of curiosity, one of my classmates look at me, "What is that?" And then this kid started calling everybody, "Look at him! Look at They called me by my last name, and look at that.
Metal
and,
cock.
Oh, and everyone was amazed. Hey,
Meta Godzilla.
he has a safety pin over there, and and then this word spread. All the entire the entire
School.
8th grade
Oh, yeah.
boys. First, all
That
the
you
boys
have a
knew
medal
about
in
it.
your dick.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
And then after I'm done taking a bath, there's the female group started to come over to me. Hey, come over here.
They want to see it.
They want to see it. I was surprised. I was
Did you-
surrounded
whoa, whoa,
by
whoa. Did you show them?
no. It's like no way.
Oh, you did
So
not.
I
you
do
did
have,
not wave the
I do
Philippine
have I do
flag.
have a question.
Yes.
So when the boys are looking at your dick, did you get a hard on?
What?
Or
No.
Did they get out?
No, I think what Dino wanted to ask
No,
was, what are
because-
you doing next week?
Dino says I have a drawer full of safety pins.
But
Big
but
ones, small ones.
but because of that, the people who are trying to bully me is like, hey, it's good to be a friend with you.
Yeah, because you're famous now.
Yes, and plus,
Either that or they were afraid.
Oh, yeah. This fucker can
Did
take
that to his own self.
yeah, and this can take a lot of pain, and he's a god.
Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. Let's back the story up. Then my investigative brain. Okay, your dentist did your circumcision,
yes,
and you said you had the safety pin in your foreskin. In other words, your dentist failed in circumcising you because you still had your foreskin and enough foreskin to put safety pins in.
No,
No.
he's saying when they did the suture.
The hole.
The hole.
The hole, yeah.
Never mind,
Yeah.
never mind. I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Is it a New World circumcision or is it a cowboy hat?
It's a new world, so I think they clipped.
Mhm,
Took
yes.
the foreskin
So
off.
they did take the foreskin out, and
Yeah.
then
Oh, actually, no. It's they cut in the top of
Oh, the
head.
top and
The
folded
top.
it, and then
it's the same
Then
thing
did a
almost as
suture.
mine. Yeah, but a modern
Oh,
way
they
of doing
they
it.
snipped a part of it, folded it, and then
Folded
it.
sewed
And
it
then-
around.
yeah.
Oh.
And then did you fix it with a katana?
they didn't. I mean, they didn't make calamari.
So
out of
it's
it.
almost the
No.
same as mine. It's just that it's more modern, pretty much.
With a suture.
Yeah, with a suture. I didn't use any. I mean, I didn't, but
Yeah.
we didn't use any.
because his
suture.
hands were shaky.
Well, no, because he was drunk.
Yes.
Wow, that was you should have been in the first episode. But
Yeah,
thank you for sharing that
Yep.
story. Goodness sake, yeah. That was a good segue. But we are gonna end this episode.
Yeah, but
But again, going back, the question this episode for a free shirt is
The one you ask.
the one he asked.
Oh yeah, what was
club?
The club, yeah.
The club, yes. What is the name of the club over? Is it Jefferson? The street, Main Street. Is it the asylum?
Well, that
Well,
question has been answered
guess,
now.
yeah,
Then.
the
let's
question's been answered
let's
now.
let's switch to another question then.
How many people were with Dino? What? Going to the nursing home. Real people.
I just want to say they're all real. They're all real.
They never came out,
No,
and they never got on
they
the
were
bus.
they were all.
But
real.
they magically appeared in orientation with him. Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't until we pressed you. You're like, I don't know how they got there. So you just
Like they could be alive, they could be dead.
They were there, and they are still here. Most of them. Actually,
Okay.
no. Yeah, all of them are still here. And
All of
Better
them.
better question. Do you see them now?
Yes.
You still see them?
I will tell you in November.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's come up with a better question.
Let's go on. Let's ixnay the club because I mean
Yeah.
we're not even sure if we're talking about the
The
same,
same club. Yeah.
So
I mean, you can edit to cut it.
so, well, let's make it easy. Let's do a yes or no question.
Okay.
Do people with Japanese passports can enter the United States with or without a visa?
Visa.
There you go, guys.
Yep.
That is the question.
Yep.
If you were listening, you would be able to answer that question.
A free shirt,
Because I was surprised too.
a free shirt, and a safety pin from Jerry.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. A picture signed by his
And a,
dentist.
and a complimentary ghost from Dino.
Yes.
All freebies.
And again, as usual, you can throw in a subject that you guys want us to
Yep.
talk about. Anything under the sun, pretty much. I mean, there are topics that we know nothing about, but we can pretty much bullshit about it, as we are known for.
We probably have stories about it too.
So
Yeah.
just please, throw in any subject that comes to mind, and we'll try to cover that. And again, you want to add anything?
Yeah. Follow us also on Casino Chronicles. That is our official.
Promise we're gonna put a new video out soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll be. I brought this up with Dino, and I mean, please throw in your opinion on this, because we are geared towards making Filipino food, but we are trying to recruit native. By native, I mean American born and
Yeah,
raised.
yeah.
To create their take on Filipino food. I mean, you can put a twist, and we are interested because to us it is very complimentary for people to actually take interest in creating new stuff out of what we're
Out of
used
what
to.
we
Out
have.
of
Yeah.
Filipino food.
So
yeah.
you are all welcome to throw in your ideas, and if you want to join us in one of our episodes,
You
Yeah.
are more than welcome. Yeah.
I mean, if you have anything you want to talk about, and
We'll just pitch in.
Yeah.
Or we'll
And
bullshit.
yeah, just a reminder, we do this podcast naked, so just bear that in mind.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bear that in
you
mind.
have
just-
to
I'm
be
just-
naked.
I'm
too.
just kidding. We're wearing safety pins.
Safety pins. So yep,
Follow
well,
my IG page, Two Toys Food
Oh,
Adventure.
jeez.
Come on, I have to
Oh
plug
my
that
gosh.
in. Two Toys Food Venture.
Oh, you liked it.
Yep. Yeah.
All
yeah.
food.
Yep. And I mean, this podcast, you can, it's on YouTube, also on Spotify, and I mean, a couple other places where you can get your podcast. But I'll post it all.
Subscribe.
on a link.
Subscribe so you can get our new episodes.
And send us money.
Yep.
But anyway, thank you for listening,
Yep.
and we try to give you more content, and
Don't really send us money.
well, send it. But anyway, yeah. Any suggestion? Just hit subscribe, like.
And we will see you again on the next episode.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.